What is going on, everybody? I apologize. It's not us. It's been, I don't know whether it's that Facebook has seats that it has a certain amount of seats per hour, per minute, per day or whatever. But I don't know, ever since, I don't know, the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's probably been the 2 or 3 months, whenever we book Facebook, it cancels. So it'll book YouTube, it'll book Rumble, it'll book Winkin, it'll book X, and then it says Facebook cannot schedule the show. But there'll be a avatar on the Facebook page. And then when you stream live, it doesn't connect. So that was the first problem. So like I would say 95% of the time that we have been late over the last, I don't know, 3 months. And it's been a lot. No audio. What do you mean no audio? Dude, Kevin, what do you mean? Maybe it's just you, bro. Don't flip me out, man. It's already hard enough. What do you mean no audio? If we don't have any audio, let me know. And the other thing is, if you don't see 70 other people saying no audio, it's you. It's not us. I need to know if we have audio. Let me know. Thank you. That's what I thought. So essentially, doesn't matter. We're back on. I'll stay on an extra half hour tonight. I'm so sorry. I've already got wicked allergies. My voice is gone, but we'll be back. We're still doing a show. We'll see you guys in a couple. I'm going to kick through this pretty fast and just go to the main stage. Thanks. Yeah, I'm going to save my voice instead. Go to Winkin.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me show, otherwise known as The DUM Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The DUM Show on social media or thedumshow.com.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Hey, Liv. Need a favor, honey. This cable's been unplugged, and I don't know where it's at. It's over here. It needs to be replugged in. This one right here. When we're doing all the wires, it needs to go into the stick that's in the back of the comp. Sorry, guys. All screwed up tonight. No, Olivia's not grounded. Olivia can't be on because we're too late. She has to pick up Hayden at 9 o'clock. So she can't be on now. Hold on, guys. Technical difficulties again. Take it out, unplug it, plug it back in. Gotta plug in. You're unplugging the wrong one. You've got to unplug. There it is. Wait. I think that. Wait. Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Like, all hands off because it's working. Maybe. Okay, hold on. Yep. Okay, that works. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. Yeah, I think it's good now. Now, what's going on? Can you close the door, please? Who's picking her up? Okay. All right. I got to get your cells added then, so hold on a second. Oh, stress. So Facebook has been doing this now for, I don't know, but ever since, I don't know, just the last couple months, because usually we're never, I mean, we've been late before because stuff happens, but not like this. But the last few weeks, you're on camera. Can you do me a favor, square up real quick so I can get you tuned in?
Yet either.
Okay, turn all that on and get that on. Test 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Give me a test, please.
Testing.
Yeah, you're good. All right. Let me get this other camera squared away. Now, we were on time again, too. All right, we should be... What's the problem? Is your headphones not working?
No, it's the second monitor.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Murphy's Law. Yeah, it is. What? It is. Murphy's Law. Okay, turn your computer so I can see it. This. Unplug it, plug it back in. Straight out. Out. It wasn't all the way out. Now, put it back in. No. Okay. Check.
Yep, that's good.
Now, reset it. Oh my God. All right. Are we good now?
Yes.
Get your headphones in.
Yep.
Let me know when you're done.
Okay.
It's usually not this bad. It has been crap the last few days trying to get on YouTube or Facebook. It's every day it's been like this, and it's shit. So we greatly apologize. As you can see, we're not even ready because we had to unplug everything thinking it was us, and it's not us. It's them. All right, take a look forward. Okay, you're good. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right, it's too quiet here. We need to do the intro again.
Got it.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM
We
Show.
green light everywhere?
I can't hear you.
Are we on everywhere?
Honest, direct, Unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Mods, give me a check, please. Make sure we're on everywhere.
We are on Wimkin.
It was FUBAR because, like I said, I'll try to explain quickly again. Facebook, you have to program the show, and you have to say we're coming on at 4:30, and we have to get a stream ID and all this, and then you have to sync up the ID with the software so it broadcasts correctly. All those things. It's usually automated and it's all easy. Every channel does well, but you can't book a Facebook show within 15 minutes. So that's why sometimes it says 7:30, 7:20, 7. Like if we're running behind, that's why you have to sometimes push it out to 7:20 and then we're on at 7:05, right? But it hasn't been working. And no matter what I do, it cancels every single time. And it doesn't connect. Or what it does is it doesn't connect with the main show. It books a separate show. So I got to reach out to Ecamm and find out what the hell's going on.
All right.
Liv, can you give me...
I'm so far.
Wait a second. Do we have sound coming out of speakers out there? Pull off your headphones real quick, please. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2. You got to take out your headphones. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2.
No, I don't hear anything.
Okay, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to move over to your left and say something of your mic like this as loud as you can.
Testing.
Do it again.
Testing.
Go to the other side.
Testing.
Do it again.
Testing.
Give me those headphones down there, please. Remember when I stepped on the headphones when we were trying to do all this?
Yep.
$85 pair of headphones down the tubes.
Would you like mine and all real pink ones?
Nope. But whatever you did, you put it through this hole here. Got it. Me. Wow, these look fucking stupid.
I've got my pink ones. You can wear these, and I'll wear the pink ones. I don't have a problem with that. I'll look like a Valentine.
These are the gayest looking things in the world. I already have a giant fucking head. Matt sounds like a pain in the ass. Is it just a
No, I think it was Matt, sounds like a pain in the ass is probably what it was. There's probably bad punctuation. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking it is.
Not in the mood tonight.
I'm thinking that's what it is.
I can't wear these things.
Okay, let me go grab my pink headphones.
I don't want your pink headphones. I can't wear those. Those have no...
No, for me. You can't wear these?
These are the gayest looking things. How do people... I have a giant fucking head. I look like a Saint Bernard Princess Leia. These are... How do people... I mean, they sound amazing, but they're stupid. I mean... I'm not losing my... It's allergies, and I've had allergies. It's been a stressful couple days, folks.
Allergies suck right now. Horribly.
It's been a horrible couple days. Just trying to get everything. Olivia Spear is right. Thanks, because I don't need it tonight. I wit's end. Like, here's my elbow. Do you see it? It's wearing thin. Yeah, so thanks. I'm just going to wear these, I guess. These are weird. How do people wear these? We used to wear these on the Nerd Fat podcast, right?
Yeah, but they were different, I thought.
But we didn't have video.
No. We didn't have video, so it didn't matter what we looked like. We just wore them for the sound.
I think it's better when people wear I don't know, like Rogan wears these, and I'm like, he's got a big ass head like I do, and yeah, it's weird. All right, anyway, whatever. We'll just get to it. Donations, how are we doing?
We've got a couple. I'm just trying to get everything up and going, and then I'll put a couple in.
James says he wants to start with a still point riff. We might as well, but we're not going to. We're already late. So we're starting over. The show officially begins. These are really weird, not having it in your ear.
It's definitely different. When I wore the headphones and then went to these, it takes a little bit of getting used to. It actually
sounds a hell of a lot clearer than those. Like there's more presence. But the look on them is just weird. Anyway, whatever. Okay, let's get to it. So, what I don't even know what we're doing. Like, I am so completely discombobulated. I don't even know where to start. Where do we want to start? Let's do Daniel Penny, I guess.
Did that verdict come through?
Yeah. So let's do Penny. Okay. We just did a we just did an article over on the Dumb News. If you haven't had a chance, go on over there, take a look. And they blend with your hat. You can't really see your earphones. Oh, okay. Well, thanks. If you go on over, we're looking for a few good men. You guys can take a look. Wrote this earlier today, and it really focused on his father, who, like, okay, so you understand who everybody is, Liv, in this case, right? No, you don't.
No.
Okay, look, can you see this?
Yes.
This is Jordan Neely, and this is the picture they always share. They don't do the one where he's strung out on drugs and sickle cell anemia and, homeless and dirty and all that.
Yes.
But sorry, I read chat. I should never read chat. I guess I'm reading chat. Yeah, it is crazy. It's difficult. I don't need to take a deep breath. It's going from scrambling to feeling horrible that we're not on, a half hour of pulling cables, ripping the set apart, realizing once again it's Facebook. Facebook today just came back. Did I show you what they did? I am squirreling it. I know I'm squirreling it, but I don't care. Do you know what they did today? Did you see it on Facebook, Liv?
No, I actually haven't been on Facebook at all today.
In the middle of the day, I get this random bullshit.
Your page can be recommended. More people will start to see what you share on your page now that you're eligible to be recommended again. Keep creating unique content that follows the rules.
When were we not recommended? I've had a green check mark for 2 years. So I'm sitting here going, what in the shit? So, you think, okay, great. This is going to be great. This is going to be awesome. And immediately you can't get booked. So I think what's happening is that Facebook, people are streaming at a record clip, right? It's just very popular. And I think that you can't get your show booked unless you book it way in advance. So I think what I'm going to have to start doing is booking in the AM, which is good because then it'll marinate for a little bit longer and people can go, oh, the show's coming on tonight. That's right. And they'll be able to see it. So I think what I'm going to do is right when I start working, I'm going to book the show. And then I can always add Wimkin in later so I don't have to have the window open at all times. Make sense?
Yeah, that's why I was going to ask. Because it seems to be when we try to book it a few minutes before 7.
It always does this.
It always does it. So if we give it time, like in the afternoon after you're done writing your news article or whatever, try it and maybe it'll work better.
That's what we'll do. Karen, I haven't violated a Facebook rule in 3 years. Thank you, Bobby. Ask Olivia. I haven't gotten a strike on Facebook in 3 years. I haven't even gotten a warning. I got Rising Creator for like 15 months in a row. I've had a green recommended for the last 2 years. I've had sharing a story that needed more context twice in 3 years. I've done nothing wrong.
No.
And they still don't have stars. That's why we have to take donations. They still don't give us live ads. But now they're saying they're not throttling us. But we never knew we were throttled. We had no idea. But obviously they still are because, I don't know. We got 134 on right now. 74 on Facebook, which is higher than usual. But
for a Friday, yeah.
For a Friday. All right. Anyway, so Liv, This is Jordan Neely.
Yes, I remember him, the Michael Jackson picture.
Even though it's not Michael Jackson. I mean, why do they always do this? They like send you glamour shots or their second grade photo, And it's like, oh, well, this is Mrs. Wormwood and Jordan, bouncing on their knee in third grade. And, he's doing finger painting and he's doing a Mother's Day and Father's Day painting. And he's giving his cheese sticks to other underprivileged children. Oh, God, what a gentleman. And they do whatever they can to go ahead and play, and make him look like the victim. Brenda, outstanding. Thank you.
Of course they do.
So That's Jordan Neely, okay? And they're like, oh, he's a Michael Jackson lookalike. He doesn't look anything like Michael Jackson. This is Andre Zachary. He's the father of Jordan Neely, and they don't have the same last name. So what does that mean?
That he was probably an absentee father.
That's right. But now he's in the limelight, and he's so traumatized
Dad of the year.
by his little boy, getting just murdered by that white neo-Nazi Marine. That he's going to go ahead and sue Jordan Neely for millions. Father of the year. Meanwhile, CEOs in New York are getting shot and killed, but Jordan Neely stops a guy who's threatening to kill people and check out and go back to jail and commit crime and bodily harm. Jordan Neely, the guy was alive up until the point when the police arrived. This guy had synthetic marijuana in his system, had sickle cell anemia, was malnourished, and we can go on and on and on. And autopsy report shows conflicting messages. So so you can go read this article, and in this article I was specifically saying, please, you can't convict this guy. Because if you convict this guy, what's going to happen, Liv?
It's setting a precedent for Good Samaritans in the city and in New York and probably other places as well, other big cities, that they're not going to step forward. They're not going to help.
Right. And why would you?
Exactly.
I mean, it was already to the point where people stopped doing CPR, right? And someone was choking and people are just like, Are you gonna help that guy? No, I'm gonna finish my delicious cinnamon roll.
There's been several lawsuits where it was like somebody got CPR because they stopped breathing and something, their heart wasn't beating, so they got CPR and everything, and they broke a rib while they were doing it, and they sued the Good Samaritan that did it. It's like, if he wouldn't have, and it was clearly stated, if that wouldn't have happened, if CPR wouldn't have started that early, he would have been dead.
We need to create an app, and what we could do is do like, you put your thumbprint, like if you're dying, you're like, this is the I have your consent app. And if you go ahead and put your thumbprint on my sensor, it means that you're not going to hold me liable for trying to save your life. Sir, I understand your hand was blown off. You do have another hand, don't you? Can you please just put your other hand on? Thank you.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea as far as not an app that has to be done right then, but an app that people can sign up for, kind of like you're an organ donor. You have to sign up to be an organ donor on your driver's license. You can go to this website or app ahead of time and state
if a Good Samaritan tries to help you, that you will not sue them. Mm-hmm. That's not a bad idea. And get into a database.
Okay, please don't steal that idea. Let's go market that one.
I like the app better because honestly, it just takes a second. Sir, I know you're choking to death and I know you're moments away from dying, but all I need is your thumbprint, right? And then the guy's like, okay, well, which bylaw is bothering you? Can you point to which one?
The problem is, it's people are going to say, I know, well, I was in distress.
I'm not being serious.
I know. But still, that's a good idea for it's kind of like being an organ donor. If a Good Samaritan comes to help me.
I refuse the right to be saved. Like it's a do not resuscitate law for any Good Samaritan. Do not resuscitate Samaritan law.
Yeah, something like that.
Listen, this is why people ask me all the time with concealed carry, that if you saw a robbery, would you stop it? No. If you were carjacked, would you shoot him? No. Nope. The only way that I would pull my firearm and use it is if I was unable to get myself or my family home. That's it. If someone was trying to stop me from getting home safe, taking my life, kidnapping, whatever. But a carjacking, I'm going to give him the car. I'm not going to shoot at him. I'll go to jail. And it's just nowadays, if I see a store getting robbed or there's a robbery, thank you so much, Amy, I won't get involved. You're going to go to prison. And that's what this case is saying. And the sad part is, I mean, what's the first thing you think of? Is this guy? So basically, this is what happened. The judge, get this. This is the most ridiculous thing. the jury came back twice, and they were a hung jury. You know what a hung jury is?
Yeah, where it's not everyone's in 100% agreement. Because to get a conviction, it has to be 12 jurors, correct?
Yeah.
All on the same page. If
Yeah.
there's one that's got the opposite opinion, then it's a hung jury.
Correct.
Okay.
That's absolutely right. Thank you for whoever ordered the Punisher. Who ordered the Punisher?
I don't know. Let me go look. I just saw.
Melanie ordered the Punisher and the assault weapon. So basically the jury came back and they said, we can't make a decision. So they did it once, and then the judge sent them back because it's only been a couple days. And the first time, it's kind of like when your kid goes to you and says, Mom, Dad, I tried to clean my room. And you're like, go back there and do it again.
Yeah, we've been there.
So they come in, they're like, we can't decide. He's like, go back. So he sends them back. And they came back fairly quickly and said, we still can't decide. And at this point, with a hung jury, you have a mistrial.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially what would have to take place at that point is Daniel Penny doesn't go free. They retry the case with a new jury. Then, if it's a mistrial, he's free. Which is a complete waste of time. So the prosecutor, listen to this shit, okay? Listen to this. The prosecutor goes to the judge and goes, and we know that Alvin Bragg's heard this case and he lets illegals go who, rape women and deal drugs and violate whatever they want and gangbangers, but a white Marine in New York, we can't let that shit happen. So they go ahead and they say, the prosecutor says, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we remove the manslaughter charge and just take that off? So they'll have an easier time of charging him with negligent homicide instead.
Oh my gosh, are you freaking? If that doesn't tell you that prosecutor's a little biased, and maybe it needs a new prosecutor and a new jury.
But okay, that definitely explains that the prosecutor's biased. But you know what else? Guess what's even worse? The judge said, "Okay."
Are you serious?
Yeah. So you're gonna get a requittal. It's not a requittal. It's
an acquittal.
There's an acquittal, requittal. There is a they're gonna overturn. It's not even overturn. It's God darn it. A rescind. What will happen is that if they convict him on it and come back and say negligent homicide, which is 4 years, which they very well might. That will be reviewed and overturned, rescinded. I can't think of the term. I got all the terms.
Appealed?
But no. It's not an appeal. It's what happens is that the next level district court would look at it. Prosecution would file a motion that the judge made a decision. It's got to be rescind. It's not rescind. Somebody has it. It's not overturned. It's none of that. Those words are not it. But essentially what it means is they look at it and say the judge made an unfair ruling and can't just remove the charges that they want to make it more appealing for them to convict him. That's like saying, hey, you know what? You guys couldn't decide. Here's $10,000.
It's like a bribe.
Right, here's 10 grand to make you feel better about yourselves by putting him in jail for 4 years versus 30 or 20. Retract? It's not retract.
I didn't realize that you could do multiple charges of different homicides. I mean, negligent homicide and then manslaughter. I mean, they're different, right? But I didn't realize you could have multiple charges for that.
Yeah. Well, because the act of manslaughter and negligent homicide are two different things. Manslaughter means that you killed somebody without. Well, I want to be fair. I want to give you the exact terminology for everybody because this is where it's really important to get the verbiage correct. So I already know the definition, but I want to give you the exact definition of manslaughter and then negligent homicide. And really what it comes down to is intent. Okay. is what it comes down to. So here it is. Manslaughter is an unlawful killing of another person without malice aforethought, distinguishing it from murder, which involves intent or premeditation.
Okay.
In the United States, manslaughter is generally categorized into two types, voluntary and involuntary. Voluntary, when an individual intentionally kills another person in the heat of passion. So like when you're doing your thing and I shoot you, I could go to a judge and be like, dude, she was being a woman. And that won't get me off. I'll go to jail. But if you were fucking the neighbor and I walk in and I shoot you both.
Well, that's a crime of passion.
Yeah, it's voluntary manslaughter. So involuntary is, thank you so much, Maddie. Involuntary, man. Is he doing the fire okay? It smells like smoke. Smoke.
Do you want me to go check?
No. Ethan! This involves unintentional killing resulting from reckless or negligent actions like vehicular manslaughter.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is the fire doing okay? Is it smoking? Okay. Just make sure it stays full, okay? Thanks. So that's the difference in manslaughter versus premeditated murder, right? Felony murder. Okay.
Yeah.
So then negligent homicide, which I'm going to go ahead is do that. It's a criminal act of causing another person's death through gross negligence, which means you were doing something other than your intent to kill somebody, but by doing that, they died. So let me give you an example. Like we're having great sex, and all of a sudden you're like, choke me. And I'm like, I don't want to choke you. And you're like, choke me. And I'm like, are you sure? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So I do that. And then you're like, harder. And I'm like, I don't want to go harder. And you're like, harder. And then I go harder. And then you die.
You break my windpipe or something like that.
You die. My intention wasn't to choke you to death or kill you, but I did. And therefore, negligent homicide could be applied and has been implied in that situation. So hence, folks, one hand is fine. Two hands is dangerous, and don't use leather belts and scarves because that's really bad. Okay. So another form of negligent homicide is you're stopping a crime and you put your knee into somebody's back. Well, it restricts their breathing and then they die. That's negligent homicide. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Tina made up a great point, and the biggie is what a reasonable person would perceive. So, for example, if you and I started taking vitamins and I was to take a high level of vitamin D and I was taking vitamin A and vitamin C and Tylenol, I was taking in the morning too for just to keep my heart going well and to stop any type of arthritic situations when we got older, right?
Yeah.
And you get sick. And I'm like, I'm going to give her some more vitamin C. So I give you some more vitamin C. And I'm going to give her some more vitamin E and some E-mycin. And I do that. And then I'm like, hey, I'm going to give her like 15 Tylenol and give her some more because she's sick and I want her to, feel better. So I'm going to ground up 15 Tylenol and put it in her food and increase her dosage. And then you die. Okay. Would a reasonable person know that that was dangerous?
Most likely, right?
Most likely, but that's what you got to prove in the court of law. Now, if this person is like, listen, we've been Christian Science up until, 40 years, and we've only been taking medicine for 5 or 6. I had no idea that Tylenol would kill you. I didn't know. This was completely something unbeknownst to me. You have to prove that in the court of law. And so when they are looking at Daniel Penny, they're saying, well, he put him in a chokehold. And Daniel, you understand that if the human body doesn't have air for this period of time, that they're ultimately going to die. And the Marine Corps instructor came in and said, well, you should have known better. And then the witnesses who came in for Daniel Penny, even the ones that were really good for him, still the prosecution was able to go ahead and make some of those things sound bad. So it comes down to this. Daniel Penny's argument is a valid one. I let this guy go. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to clack off a vest. I don't know if he's got a gun. I'm going to assume he's armed like every police officer would. And I am going to restrain him to the best of my ability. But Marines aren't taught Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Rear naked choke isn't necessarily something that's practiced to a point where you can do things with an expertise. The thing is that what a lot of people do is when they're doing a rear naked choke, or what they think is a rear naked choke, and is that they're too high on the back of the head, or they pull back and lean back. And what that does is crush the trachea and the windpipe and restricts their ability to breathe. When honestly, to choke somebody out, it doesn't take much pressure. In fact, in the crook of your arm with a slight flex, it only takes about 10, 15 pounds of pressure to do so. So it's really the constriction and the placement that make it take place. He didn't know this. What's interesting is that when he got off, he started doing life-saving measures. He brought his legs up so it would rush blood to his brain and ultimately wake him up. And you'll see guys do that, pump the legs, right? Mm-hmm. They'll make them do, pick up their legs and pump them. And so it's not like he didn't. I believe in the case he instructed 911 to be called too. So he did the proper life-saving measures, and he deserves no conviction for this. These charges shouldn't even be brought up. And here's why it's going to get overturned. It sat with the police department for 2 weeks.
What do you mean sat with the police department?
Police department didn't bring charges for 2 weeks. They didn't arrest him. They let him go home.
So why all of a sudden 2 weeks later?
Brag. Political pressure.
Yep.
So because, and this is why a good defense attorney is going to be able to get this thrown out, because they're going to say the situation of the case didn't change. The investigation didn't create any wrongdoing, right? So they didn't increase the overall charges that would have been brought normally when they took it off for 2 weeks and just walked away from it. And when they got the political pressure, that's when you saw the multi-faceted level of charges stack.
Got it.
So you asked the question, let me answer it. Why is there manslaughter charges and negligent homicide? Because it's both. Because you have to prove that there was no intent for manslaughter. And you also, in negligent homicide, have to prove that you were doing something without the intent to harm, but did. So you put multiple cases because you can't increase the charges. You can change the charge laterally, but you can't change the charge vertically unless new evidence is introduced. And the prosecution would have to go to the court and refile the statute that they're prosecuting against. And the defense would have to have time to prepare for that. So, for instance, let's just say the Lyle and Eric Menendez case, where they were going in and they were going to do second-degree murder or third-degree murder or whatever the fucking murder it was. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden they hear the tapes and they're like, this is first-degree murder. This is premeditated. This isn't an act of passion. This was the insurance money. They planned this out. They told the psychiatrist, now we've got this evidence. We need to reapply the charges in a meaningful way now that we have new evidence. Usually what would happen at that point is they would dismiss the jury. They would just clear the courtroom. Defense, judge, prosecution would go to quarters, and they would start having a conversation whether they need to suspend this trial, whether it needs to go to a mistrial and immediate retrial, whether charges can be added without the defense re-preparing. All these things would be decided. In most cases, defenses are going to say, I have to confer with my client and we're going to need time. They would get a continuance, and then they would ultimately start everything over, reselect a new jury, and move on from there.
Got it.
So in this case, you're going to see that the judge, I don't know if you're going to see judicial bias, but you're going to see judicial malpractice. And by him saying, well, let's just go ahead and take off a charge and see if it gets any better. You can't do that. They have to.
That would be the cat that just fell. It's just one thing after another tonight.
I swear to God, I need a fucking drink. Like
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna mention donations. I'm just like I'm staying away from that fucking thing. I'm just like I just need them to keep magically appearing. My frustration level is at a like if
I have no idea
if you
she
were going to
fell.
donate tonight's the night. Tonight's the fucking night. I hope one of your 9 lives is gone.
I don't know how she fell.
She's looking at me for permission right now. No, you're retarded. You're retarded.
I don't know what happened there.
So the last thing is judicial malpractice, and that's not what it's called, but that's essentially what it is. I can't think. I've got a splitting headache, and I cannot think of what the thing's called, but it doesn't matter. The point is, the whole thing where they sent the jury home and now they're not going to be back for the weekend, it's getting to the point of like the prosecution or the defense needs to file a motion.
Yeah.
Of course the cat's all right.
She's a cat.
I could throw the cat off the 3rd floor of the house. It's a cat. Yes, the cat's fine. I'm not okay. The cat, yes. Fuck, please, 2 of them. I have got it. It's right down the middle of my eyes.
You know what? I read that there's like some pressure change.
Fuck.
Or something that's coming through like with this cold front, and it's bad for migraines right now. That's causing migraines over the last day or so.
Did you give me too many?
I gave you 50.
This would be first degree. Yeah. Premeditated. All right. So
I do have one question.
yeah.
I had heard, and now I haven't done any research into the case, and I've only what people have said like on Facebook and random and stuff like that, what I've heard on the news and just, snippets here and there, is that the medical examiner that the defense had said that he died from the chokehold. Oh my God, Kat.
Yenny, I swear to God, Kat, I am going to skin you and turn you into a blanket. Lie down.
But the medical examiner or I guess that would be the prosecution. The medical examiner from the defense was completely different with what they came, and it said that he did not die from the chokehold. It was all the drugs in his system and other things. That's what I've heard. Now, I don't know if that's true or whatnot. But.
Okay, very similar to George Floyd. Okay, so here's a prime example. If you have somebody who has a bad heart rate, who's obese, and they got COVID, their mortality rate was like 80 times worse than a person who is in good shape and healthy, right? Well, the same thing's true if you're on opioids. You're having low blood pressure, high blood pressure scenarios. You're having thinning of the blood. You're probably having heart palpitations. You're having a lot of things that happen to your body. And in the case of George Floyd, he had fentanyl in his system. He had a lot of things going on. And it more than likely impacted his life. In this case, this guy had sickle cell. It impacted his organs. He was on, I don't know, some type of D2 or shit. I don't know. It's some marijuana, M2, or I don't fucking care. But some synthetic marijuana, which is my allergies, is potent as hell. And
I can't give you any more allergy pills. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So this was kind of like the coroner said that this was not related to anything other than the choking. And they didn't even have the blood test results back, Liv. And, she's like, no, this is good, which is ridiculous. So that was one of the first things where you have to say, wait a second, if you don't even have the blood test result, how do you know the cause of death?
Exactly.
You've got to do an autopsy. So that's the first thing. And then they hired to get a secondary opinion for the defense, a forensic pathologist. And a forensic pathologist looks at all of the collected autopsy results, performs their own collection, and then makes a prognosis based upon their findings. And the forensic pathologist's finding was antithetical to what the coroner said.
So they
said that it had everything to do with the medical marijuana, his sickle cell anemia, degeneration in blood issues, and all this other shit, which made an impact. Along that the choking wasn't the predominant cause. Of course, it exacerbated the underlying issues, but it was kind of like a perfect cocktail, perfect storm. Thank you, Kimberly, and everybody who's donated tonight. Thank you so much. So does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Do you think that he's found innocent people who act horribly like they did with Floyd? I don't really think so. I don't. I think that, listen, the fact that nothing's burned after the election is a pretty good sign. And I think Democrats very quietly don't believe everything. Most voters don't believe everything they have heard about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I think they knew the 4 years. They knew what they were going to get. They didn't like him. They didn't want him in there. But honestly, they're like, well, it could be worse, right?
Yeah.
So that's why nobody's burning anything now. Now remains to be seen, because January 20th is a long time away and a lot can happen. Hence why Republicans didn't do anything until not Republicans, excuse me, alt-right MAGA extremist fucktards. Sorry. Some of them, not all of them, most of them, 99% of them were great people. Thank you, Judy. But they didn't react until January 6th. So who knows? Democrats might just blow their fucking top by then. We don't know. But as of right now, they're not. Also, Loretta's sending us something. She tried to donate today on PayPal, and she doesn't have a cell phone, and they want her to confirm. And she's like, so essentially, she's like, I'm just gonna send you a package and send you some money. So,
gotcha. Oh yeah, I told Amy Stamco, and I totally forgot to check the box on the way home. I'll do it tomorrow.
I also my metal plate.
Oh yeah, it's right. Do you want me to go grab it?
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I want So we had the wooden plaque you see right here on my thumb, which was by Christine Clark. I received Klug. Did I say Clark? The fuck did I say Christine Clark for? I know it's Klug. Careful, it's sharp. We just got this bad boy, which I got to find a place to put it. It's probably going to be off camera, unfortunately. Liv, I'm going to have to give it right back to you. This is like a Ginsu knife. This thing is fucking sharp. Like, if anyone came in my house, I would grab this and throw it at them and just, stab them with America. But it's got the U.S. Navy seal. It's got my name, and it's got an amazing metal bird. It is kick-ass. So this is going to go, I'm probably going to put it with my aircraft carrier from my uncle, but I wanted to say thank you so much to Christine, because it's awesome. So just wanted to show, I don't have any room for it in the shot. Maybe I'll put it by Olivia. I don't know, but it is awesome, and it's going to go in this office for sure. So let's put it back over here, hun, so it doesn't drop and kill the cat. Because that's the next thing. Yeti's going to be walking by, and then, bird's going to kill her. So cool. So, Christine, thank you so much. I don't know if she's on right now. God, I hope she is. But if she's not, thank you so much. And we're getting a phone call. Hi, welcome to the Donut. Hi, welcome to the Donut Friendly Show.
The Donut Friendly Show. Is this the right channel?
No, it's not the right channel. This is the We Hate Canadian channel.
Oh, perfect. I've called into the right place then.
Yes. What's up, sister?
I just have a question.
Yes.
Everything in the news and whatever keeps focusing on what Kenny did and didn't do, blah, whatever. He did. He put him in the recovery position. He was still alive when the police showed up.
Right.
The police wouldn't give CPR to Neely because they went, he's suspect, whatever. And they waited out for the medical team. So how come this part of the information is not out in the netherworld, in the news media going, he was alive when the police showed up. So
Right.
ultimately, the responsibility should move to the police didn't save him, and they had to wait for the medical team because the police wouldn't give CPR. So I that's where I'm getting really, really frustrated and confused in this whole bullshit dilemma of poor Mr. Penny, because he's a scapegoat.
You sound racist.
I am totally
I was just
1,000% because I'm a Canadian.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, listen, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than you said exactly what I said, and I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I think all the points you made are extremely based and accurate. What else can I say?
Yeah,
he
I
needs
know,
to be.
and
He needs to be. The ripple of this will be damaging. Thank you, Ashley. I mean, because people are just going to be like, you know what, screw it. I'm not going to help. I'm not going to help anybody. Why would I? And I got to agree with them. You know, would you? I mean,
1,000%.
what about Canada? Is it like that in Canada? Are you able to help people, or do you get sued?
Oh no, Thomas actually brought up a point in the thread earlier, going in Quebec, if you know CPR and you come across whatever and you don't afford CPR to the whatever, you're held liable. And I'm like, well, we don't like Frenchmen anyway. So like I said to Thomas, I'm like, I don't know what CPR even means, because that's how that would roll.
Wow.
And that sounds kind of racist, because us Canadians, we are racist.
We
but
don't
I'm
like
like,
French people.
no.
We don't like French people anyway. It's fine. The French can't be
Well,
trusted.
yeah.
So
Well, exactly. So anybody in Quebec, if you can't breathe by yourself, well then,
if you guys have,
there's a lot of Quebecers I like, but no,
you're one of the only civilized countries
certain...
on the planet that still believe in the royalty. So we're not big fans of.
Actually, there's several.
No,
I think.
No, civilized. England isn't civilized. Fuck
what about
him.
like Morocco or Spain or the Netherlands?
They're Mexicans.
Netherlands are Mexicans?
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
They're all Mexican.
Totally.
They just need to get a life.
Mexico doesn't have a monarchy.
That's right. So, Mel, how you doing, kid? How's Canada doing?
Oh, well, Canada is getting colder and snowier and rainier, and it sucks right now, but it is what it is. So, yeah.
Yeah.
At least you guys have snow at Christmas.
I'm going to be offline for a week, next week or whatever, because I have to go home and tend to my 93-year-old mom, who lives by herself in a condo, does quite well, but with all the snow and stuff, and the postal strike, she's having really big issues because she can't pay her bill. She pays everything by check in the mail because she's 93. She's old school. So, I got to go home and deal with that for a week or so or whatever. So, if you don't see my happy face and my happy comments on your the next week
that's important though. Hey, Olivia made a comment that said, it's going to snow for Christmas.
I said at least you get snow for Christmas.
Right. That's at least you get snow for Christmas. You guys celebrate Christ up in Canada? I didn't know that.
Well, we swear about him all the time. Like,
yeah.
So we do that. Yeah. But
That's funny.
No, he's quite alive and well, living in Canada.
Yeah.
And then
Canada.
Hopefully we got one more non-confidence to go through, and hopefully the election will happen before October, which is fine. Anyways, it's going to happen in October, and we're going to get rid of this piece of shit. He just put another 350 guns on his ban list. Gun registry. We're like,
I know.
Seriously. So,
I know. I saw that and I was like, man, when this guy thinks he walks on water, but wait till he's gone. I said some shit on his page. I don't know what I said. I said, you're an irrelevant fucker. You're going to get voted out. So you're going to get trumped by the right wing of the party. Anyway, Mel, we love you. We appreciate you. It's good to have you on the phone. And much love to Canada.
Thanks, Mel.
Thanks, kid.
Cheers, guys. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. Love Mel. All right. So Daniel Penny, I think we've covered it. So they dismissed the manslaughter charge. Negligent homicide still there. Here's the thing. I'm not sure whether the judge knows where the jury is standing, because what if it's 9 people? Is a jury of 12?
Mm-hmm.
So what if it's 9 people saying not guilty and 3 people who are saying guilty, and then you remove the manslaughter and these people are like, he's still not fucking guilty. So, or is it 9 people who are saying he's guilty, 3 people saying not guilty, and you take off the manslaughter charge, and now are they more acquiesced to go with a lesser charge? It really depends on what the jury is. You would have to assume that people are probably saying not guilty, and it's just some fucking asshole. Of course Perry did the right thing. Of course he did. We know that. Now we're just trying to figure out if the idiots in New York and fucking Blueville can figure it out. Anon, thank you for donating. So I don't know. Is that really Anon or is that Anon? The guy that used to show up all the time
It's
here.
anonymous, just short for anonymous.
No, I'm serious. Is it?
No.
It's not Anon.
It's short for anonymous because I didn't spell anonymous.
Okay. It's somebody else.
Yes.
Okay. Because there was a guy who used to name Anon.
Oh, gotcha. No,
Yeah.
This is somebody else, and they just asked to be anonymous.
All right. So here's the video. Just watch this real quick, and then we'll bounce something else. Just got to switch audio. Hold on.
Pose a definite.
All right. Here we go.
All right, a judge has gone ahead and dismissed the manslaughter charge in the Daniel Perry trial after the jury was hopelessly deadlocked on the issue, going back on forth on it for the better part of the afternoon. Ultimately, the judge dropping it. But, of course, it's not over. There is one remaining, and that is criminally negligent behavior on the part of Penny during that whole incident. That, of course, is in the eye of the beholder, and 12 jurors who clearly couldn't agree on the more serious manslaughter charge. Anyone's guess how they will rule when they come back on this lesser charge. CB Cotton with more in New York. CB.
Hi, Neil. Well, what this essentially means at this point is that Daniel Penny's future still hangs in limbo for the time being until at least Monday, and we still don't know what Monday will bring, how jurors will deliberate and what they'll think about their next task at hand. We know that in terms of that top charge, second-degree manslaughter, they were deadlocked twice on that charge today, and now they're tasked on Monday with deliberating on criminally negligent homicide. It does come with a possible prison sentence of up to 4 years, but I want to read from New York penal law because this gets very interesting right here. There's an alternative definition for a Class E felony, which is what criminally negligent homicide is here in New York. It says, having regard to the nature and circumstance of the crime and to the history and character of the defendant, is of the opinion that a sentence of imprisonment is necessary, but it would be unduly harsh to impose an indeterminate or determinate sentence. The court may impose a definite sentence of imprisonment and fix a term of 1 year or less. So if the jury, that's a lot of legal speak right there, but if the jury were to decide to convict and find Daniel Penny guilty on criminally negligent homicide, the judge at that point could have some discretion with his sentencing for this charge. So there's a lot more to watch with this story. It's not done for now, but Penny's defense team may be breathing a small sigh of relief knowing that second-degree manslaughter is at least off the table.
All right, CB.
This is such bullshit. Give the guy give him a posthumous NAM. Give him a Navy Achievement Medal. Seriously.
Can he get a Navy Achievement Medal because he was a Marine, or he is a Marine? Just thought. I don't know. I didn't serve. I don't know. I don't know. Don't give me that look.
Bullshit.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Just pretend somebody else asked that question.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew he fucked up.
It's a good thing my name's not
Or
Nathan.
United States Marine Corps is part of the Department of the Navy.
Got it. Okay.
God.
That's the reason I didn't serve. I have a question.
Yeah.
Can Trump pardon him if he does get convicted?
No.
No. I thought they could pardon anyone.
Because you'd be in jail.
Nope. Can't do it. And the reason why it's a state crime. He's being charged at the state level. Federal. He's federal.
It's only federal.
10th
that
Amendment.
They
10th Amendment. Governor could, but that's Kathy Kunkel, and she won't do it. So,
so the president can only pardon federal charges. So,
governor commutes.
that's interesting.
This is why I always try to tell you people, is the president isn't your president. He has no bearing on your life. Now, taxes and war and protecting our border, but that's the person who has the most impact on your life is your governor, your mayor, your state legislature, your senator. The governor is the president, is your president. It's the president of your state. And then the governor, they report to the president of the United States. And the president spends more time talking to the governors than anyone else. World leaders, the governors and the president have open communication. Look at COVID and look how many times Captain Fuckpants in California, Newsom was talking to Donald Trump during COVID. Look at Cuomo.
I guess think of it this way, as your governor is like the district manager and the president's like the regional manager, if you want to put it in retail terms.
No, actually, not even that. So it would be your CEO would be your governor, and the stockholders would be the president of the United States. Isn't responsible for the states in that way. His job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And none of that works. It's not even a business thing. It would be like, this is the best way to describe, is that it's like running a charity, and you would nominate a board to run your charity, but that's what we do. We have people run it for us. That's not even the way it works. Our government is elected representation. That's the way it comes down to. They're not our boss. They're not our leaders. That's when people say, "Oh,
they work for us.
I nominated our leader." No, they're not a leader. They're not even CEOs, because that would make it seem that the governor is our boss. The governor's not our boss. The governor upholds the state's constitution to ensure that the constituents are represented by their individual rights, endowed by the Creator, and their inherent rights. And the governor can't take them away. The federal government can't take them away. But really, that's the thing. The governor is a mouthpiece for the federal government to speak to the states. That's the easiest way to say it, is that they come and message the governor. The federal government works for the governor to bring the message to the states. And we have the power of the states to codify with a 2/3 majority an amendment to tell the federal government that all the states agree, at least 2/3 of us, to enforce this law. And that's what the amendments are. And if we want to change or remove an amendment, we need 3/4 of the states, 75%, to agree in order to remove. The Founding Fathers wanted that because they wanted it more difficult to remove an amendment, because they believed that proposing an amendment and getting it passed should be easier than removing, because once you establish it, it was needed, it was agreed upon. And if there are forces trying to remove it, it should take a larger majority to do so. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's why when people are like, "Oh, he's my president." Yeah, he is your president, but he doesn't represent you. He represents the United States of America. And that is really hard for people to understand. And that is why we nominate and vote for him differently than any other position in government. In fact, there is no electoral college for any other position in government. And there are 3,200 different positions that you can run for: county clerk, dog catcher, sheriff, constable, county clerk and recorder's office, if I didn't say that, city council. And so there's superintendent of schools, superintendent of education, superintendent of traffic. I mean, you just blah, blah, blah. And none of them, they're all popular vote. But the electoral college is done that way. And this is why when they're like, "Oh, you got to make it about the popular vote." No, that's antithetical to what we're doing, because it's not the people who elect the president, it's the states. And every state gets a say. That's why we have an electoral college. But they don't get that because they're fucking liberal and they're stupid.
There was
harsh.
Sorry, there was a question about Hunter being pardoned, and I can't find it again. Were Hunter's charges state level charges?
Federal.
They were federal. Okay.
Yep. Now, the state can also bring charges if they want to, but they would have to be for different situations. But a gun charge is federal because it was the federal form that he lied upon. And then the taxes are federal taxes, not state taxes. Got it. So that's why. Make sense?
Yep.
So that's where we're at. All right, moving on. Good questions. Good dialogue tonight. I like this better when you're involved asking questions. Nick Fuetes is in the news.
Of course.
And I gotta be honest, I'm sure there's a few groypers waiting because they always are in the wings waiting to mop up his stains on society with their tongues. But I find myself kind of aligning with Nick on this a little bit. Now, I want to give you the scenario.
Okay.
First of all, Nick is not a white supremacist Nazi. Okay? He is a far-right conservative, white nationalist that the media always talks about that never gets it right. He really is a white nationalist. And he uses his religion as kind of the crib key attached to his belief. He believes in a nationalist country. He believes in a white country. He believes in segregation at some point, that white people should marry white people and black people should marry black people. White people should have culture and black people should have their culture. That illegal immigration should be stopped. That immigration should be completely stopped. So his beliefs are white nationalism, the real white nationalism, versus what the media says, that if anyone who's Christian and a Republican and white, they're a white nationalist, right? Big difference.
Yeah.
And I don't want to I don't want to put on a moniker to Nick Fuentes and be wrong. So any one of the groyper bitches might want to come on and correct me. But white nationalist is what he is. I don't believe he's a neo-Nazi. He's not a big fan of the Jews. But that doesn't make you a Nazi. He doesn't like Jewish people. And he has Jewish friends and he respects them for what they do. But he doesn't like their take on Christianity. And he doesn't like the way they talk about Christians. Now, the problem with people who don't like Jews is they always find a reason not to like Jews, right? So it's the Talmud, or it's the USS Liberty, or it's Rothschilds, or the dancing Jews on 9/11, and they always have these grandiose reasons that the Jews are responsible for all the evil in the world, and if it wasn't for the Jews, and if we would just annihilate them appropriately, like Hitler wanted to, and a lot of other countries have wanted to, then life would be just fine. But what they don't really understand is, because they're myopic thinkers, is that if Muslims didn't have Jews to kill, Muslims would kill Muslims. And then they would kill the infidel. Because people pretend that Muslims love Christian. Well, just because they recognize Jesus Christ, it doesn't mean that they love Christians. In fact, Muslims have murdered Christians quite a bit. So I'm not here to make excuses for Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is a dick, okay? And he not only is he a dick that has no carnal knowledge. And that makes for one uppity little fucker. He's got a shit ton of pent-up sexual aggression, and he doesn't know who to take it out on. So he just randomly spews it against anybody who he wishes. Now, a lot of things that Nick says, they're just it's actually comedy. He's just trolling you, and he's really good at it. So when Donald Trump was reelected, he said something. We'll see if you find this funny. What was the big mantra for liberal chicks when it came to abortion? What was the thing that they said?
It's our body, our choice.
Right. So when Donald Trump was elected, Nick Fuentes did a short, and he goes, "Ladies, Donald Trump won. It's your body, my fucking choice. My choice. I get to decide.
It's kind of funny.
It is funny. And it pissed off a lot of people. Now people are like, oh, the sexist son of a bitch. He was fucking doing it to piss you off, right? He does, even if he means, this is what Nick Fuentes does. And I've learned to, like when I know he's being serious, I turn him the fuck off because I think he's stupid. But when he's not being serious, he's actually quite funny. Because and people get, Matt, how can you say that? You've went after Groypers and you've talked so much shit. No, I've presented facts on Nick Fuentes. I haven't talked shit about the guy. I've been very fair. He's very intelligent. Anybody who's created as big of a channel as he is has been canceled by every fucking social media channel. And the guy still rolls in a decent living. He's got a brain in his head. He's not stupid. He's very smart. The problem is that he doesn't know shit. And everything that he thinks he knows, he hasn't really had that experiential learning. Most of it's academic.
He's pretty young.
Yeah.
He doesn't have he's book smarts, not street smarts.
I'm actually thinking about having him on the show if he'll come on.
Really?
Yeah, I am. Because I think there are real people who are doing this because they're fucking evil. And then there's people who are doing this for the grift. And I think Nick does it for the grift.
It's just all for show.
A lot of it. And his followers know this. And that's the secret. That's what makes it cool, right? Like his followers will go on there and be like, Nick Fuentes is the next George Washington. And they'll post this and you're like, are you an idiot? And the guy's like, dude, whatever, man. Stop hating Nick for president. And you're like, wait a second. And I watch these people, no matter what he posts, it could be the worst take in the world. Like when he went against Trump, everyone posted, Nick is so based, down with Trump. And then Trump won and Nick's like, fuck, I knew it. My reverse psychology got him elected. And everyone's like, you did it, Nick. You're the winner. You're the best. And I'm like, why won't his people turn on him? And I'm like, oh, his people are in on it. And they get the joke. And you got to look past the curtain. You got to look the guy behind the curtain that he's just really good at saying things that piss you off. So he's a grifter. He's doing it for the cash. He's not this pragmatic Gandhi or Nostradamus or Mark Twain. He's a punk. But I want to show you this because it's important.
Okay.
So when he said that, finish this up. When he said, your body, my choice, which I was pissing myself. I'm like, oh, dude, I can't believe you said it. Like everyone's thinking it, but how could you say that? Like I would say something like that. But I'm 50 years old and I'm not as big as he is. If I said, like, if Joe Rogan said that, I mean, can you imagine the shitstorm?
Yeah.
I say things all the time that people get upset about, but nobody takes me seriously because I'm not big enough yet. But we're all thinking it just because it's funny to say, right? It's funny. So what did they do? They doxed him and they posted his home address.
That's not nice.
No, it's not nice. It's fucking incredible.
Why don't you just go shave your head instead?
It's incredibly dangerous, right? Because I've had people take pictures of my house and send them to me. I've had people threaten to rape my daughter and kill my wife in front of my children. They're fucking crazy people out there. I had a guy call me on my daughter's birthday and said that I could give him to her as a present when she was like 13 years old, 12 years old. Weird.
I think it was 11.
Yeah, it was 11.
She was 11.
She was much younger. This was a while ago.
Yep.
So people are weird. I had to send a few hard-hitting friends of mine to somebody's workplace and sit them down and explain the decomposition of the human corpse in the desert and what that would mean to somebody who would never be found. People are nuts. And I'm pretty chill, but there's a couple people you don't want to fuck with. Sean Ryan's a guy you don't want to fuck with, right? Sean Ryan, he knows where the bodies are buried. You don't want to fuck with a guy like Jocko Willink. You don't want to fuck with the Delta guys and the SEAL teams. It's not that you don't want to fuck with me, but you don't want to fuck with the people that I know, right? And you probably don't want to piss me off either. Let's be honest. If you bring that fight to my door, I'm not the guy you want to do that to. You're not gonna win that fight.
I wonder something. I wonder if when the memoirs of Nick Fuentes come out, if it comes to light that one of his heroes or one of the people he tried to emulate was, oh God, what's his name? I can't remember now. The shock jock, the big shock jock.
Howard Stern?
Yeah, Howard Stern. Big shock jock, right? I wonder, just said shit to say shit.
I think Nick Fuentes has it figured out, and I think I have Nick Fuentes figured out. Because I bet if I interviewed Nick Fuentes that our conversations would be pretty mellow. Because I would just come out and say, dude, you had me for like a year hating you. And now I don't like you, but I think I understand you. And that's making me like you more. Right? So I'd be willing to say that. But people hate me too. And they learn. I mean, it's honestly totally different context. Is people hate me because I'm like a dog with a bone. I don't back down when I'm right. And I admit when I'm wrong. And that's very hard to win against somebody like that, because it's like, if you're arguing with me, you go, oh, I know Matt, and he probably wouldn't be doing this unless. So anyway, so they doxed him. So this dumb twat showed up with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend filmed, and they knocked on his door. Now, he has been harassed multiple times. He's been swatted. People have shown up outside of his house. I mean, this is crazy shit. So he answers the door. He maces her immediately without saying anything. She drops her phone, and he kicks it inside, and it's live. So all of this is on video. So here it is. Now, the interesting thing about Nick is you have to look at the house. He has 3 doorbells. So how big is this fucking house, number one? Number two, here it is.
Hi. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Get the fuck out of here.
What were they going there for? Funny.
Hold on. And he takes her phone live, streaming. Watch this. And he throws it down, steps on it, and this image you see of him closing his door, and it turns into the Batcave. It's just like, I'm Batman.
I love how he takes her phone.
Here it is again.
Hi.
Jeez.
Here it is again.
Hi.
What do people think they're going to accomplish by that?
So, well, I'll tell you. They got exactly what they wanted.
Exactly.
You know that's what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted him to do that, and they're saying, well, there's no trespassing signs, right? So therefore, all I was doing, I was knocking on there, and I was going to go ahead and give him the word of Jesus Christ, right? He's my idol. I was going to ask him for an autograph. They can say whatever they want, but the problem is that this is the result.
Oh, he got arrested.
Yeah, they arrested him. This happened 2 weeks ago. So they charged him. And now I don't want to get into specifics because I don't know the exact charges, but I would assume that it's going to be aggravated assault, something to that effect. It's going to be assault charges of some sort.
Now, what state does he live in? Does he have the castle doctrine that is by... Yes,
I think he's in Chicago.
Is the castle doctrine there?
Fuck no, it's Illinois. Are you kidding me? The only people who can kill each other in Chicago are black people. I believe that's where he lives. I don't know. That's just, I'm speculating. But, and the people are making jokes about his side profile here with his hair, and they're just like, dude, even when he's getting a mugshot, he looks like a fucking king.
That's like, funny.
It's like, All right, so let's talk about it. As always, even though it's Nick Fuentes, we're gonna be not biased here. These headphones are growing on me. I actually look like a podcaster. So your thoughts? I mean, like, okay, let's take both sides. From the bitches side, what are your thoughts?
From her side?
Yeah, the bitches. Because she's a libtard, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
She's going to press charges and she's going to play the innocent victim. And I was not there to do any harm to him. I was there to say hi and that's all, and bring him the word of Jesus Christ, and that's all. That's going to be her point of view.
Right. Did we get all donations in?
As that I've seen as of right now, but let me double check.
All right, folks, I got to call it out then. Folks, we're at $212.33. We are about $38 from our goal, $37.67 from our goal. We are 100% funded by you. Without you, we don't have a show. So if you go to thedumshow.com/donate, you can pick yourself up a wonderful Christmas miracle by donating to the Don't Unfriend Me Show and helping us be successful. You can also pick up a shirt if you want to and some coffee, whatever. If you want to be selfish and do something for you versus us, that's cool. You can do that. But we appreciate everybody. And unlike Nick Fuentes, we're not going to go ahead and make you do a super chat to get your voice played on our show and then ridicule you for it, which is kind of a cool. So he does super chats, and then they can send him a text, and then he has a computer that reads it, and then he responds to it. It's kind of interesting. I thought about doing that. I'm like, no, I get frustrated by the comments alone. Yeah. So anyway, folks, we're trying to hit our goal. It is holiday time. These 3 months are the slowest. December, January, and February. It is hard. We get hit hard. So if you have the chance and you like the show, and a lot of you obviously do, because there's a shit ton of you on right now, 225 in the entire network. That's a lot for us. So if you can help us out, we'd appreciate it. First time watching.
Rumble's got 66.
Yeah, first time watching. Maybe it's just watch the show and enjoy and come on back next time. But if it's not your first time and you find yourself coming back, like a good drug, invest in us.
I am wondering, on the side of the woman and the guy she was with, were they one of the people that doxed and posted his address publicly? Did they say anything on their social media sites or anything
it was a
in
group,
the ether that said, had bad things to say about him and we're going to go to his house and harass him and blah, blah, blah?
No, a store sale does not go to goal because honestly, on the store, we make like 10% because we give 10% to the Travis Malnion Foundation, and we usually give a discount. So we don't make a whole bunch off the show. It's a few dollars. It's nice. I mean, at the end of the year, I think last year we sold $10,000 worth of merchandise, and I think we pulled in like $2,000, and we gave half that away. So, it's whatever you can do. Thank you, Bobby Richardson. We love you. You're always so amazing. We made more than that on the show last year. Sorry, that's not true. But it's about 20%. Then we give 10% back, so we make 10. And if we offer a 10% discount, we pretty much make zero. But it's not for that. It's for the show. It's for this. And we do okay. Coffee, we make good money on. We make good money on the jackets and the sweater. Just buy something you want to buy something. Don't worry about that. Donate to the show if you want us to make money. If you want to help the show be funded, donation is the best way. Okay? You want nude pictures, send us a lot of money. Okay, so let's break it down. Okay?
I could be a foot model.
Oh, you totally could be a foot model.
I need at least get a pedicure first.
You can't do that when we're on the show. You can't do that. I am a foot fetish guy. You know that.
I know that.
Don't talk about your feet. Thank you. So now that we've done that, and it's just cute, these little. Okay. So anyway, so with her, you go to somebody's house. Your intent is to record them, right?
Yeah.
Your intent is to put them on live without their permission. You're in your own home, so you have a right to privacy.
Mm-hmm.
So she's crossing that line.
Yeah.
She obviously is going in to harass him.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a premeditated thing, but she went there with the intent to harass him.
Yeah.
Put him on live without his consent, invade his privacy, And the moment she knocked on the door, she went on private property without positive intent. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You would have to look at the state's laws, but more than likely, that's not going to win her any favors. Now, the thing is that Nick had multiple people trying to hit his house that day who were stopping by, were harassing him, driving by with bullhorns, flashing lights into his house, screaming obscenities. So this has been going on all day long.
So yeah, he's fed up.
Yeah, he's fed up. And he used a non-lethal means
To get her away.
Now, the argument, so should she have done, fuck her, right? Fuck her. Anybody who shows up at a content creator's home is a piece of shit. Okay? The ones who've done it to me, you're a piece of shit. The ones who've called me, you're a piece of shit. Right? You're also fucking cowards because there's no way you'll knock on my door. There's just no fucking way. The moment you see me in person, I swear to Christ, there's no fucking way you get in my face. I'm just letting you know. Olivia and I are watching, what's the show?
SEAL Team.
SEAL Team. And what's the guy's name? Jason what?
Jason Hayes.
If you want to know what I'm built like, it's Jason Hayes from SEAL Team.
His name is David Boreans, I think is his real name.
Identical. Head, body, everything. That's my build. Same height, same weight, same build. Big fucking dude. Like, I look like a hockey player. Most people don't want to mess with that. And no matter what I know or don't know, it's gotten me through life where I haven't fought in a long time because I don't have to anymore. Because my demeanor, my voice, and the way I carry myself usually stop that from going to the next level. It's not a bragging thing. It's just when you go to Nick Fuentes' house, it's like you want to feast on his simp blood. Okay?
Pretty little. I could probably have a chance against him.
Right. So my point is that the people who do this, who think that they're somehow going to get, what are you trying to achieve, really? What you're doing is not for Nick Fuentes. What you're doing is for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you just want to piss him off. And you don't have the capability to combat him by calling into his show or in text, and you don't have that capability. You're too weak. And that's your own fault. That's not Nick's fault. That's your fault. If you can't argue with Nick or have a conversation with him that's civil, and you just want to go ahead and try to degrade him, you're a petulant little turd. And so's he. Now, let's go to Nick. Nick should have done what he did. The answer is no. All he had to do, very simply, and this is what they're going to tell him, and what a judge is going to tell him, and he's going to lose, is you didn't have to open the door.
Yep.
And the moment that you opened the door and did not call the police, you are now guilty because you didn't invite that person in, but you did the normal routine of not finding them to be a threat. Now, even if they're outside and damaging your property, you should be calling the police.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to have to pay this bitch out. She's going to get her win. It's going to be cheaper for him just to pay it. But in this, Nick, the best advice I can tell you is that you might want to dial it back a little bit, bro, because these people, one of them are going to fucking clack you off. These people are nuts. And you can fuck around with them a little bit, but there's a difference why I fuck around with people, okay? Because I'm a little bit different than you, dude. You're a kid, and you don't have any experience. You don't have any training. I don't know if you carry. You use mace. It didn't even stop her. If that guy was 6'6" and you opened that door and he decided to grab you, you're done, dude. You know, get yourself a firearm. You can't because you were put on a no-fly. You're being watched by the government because you're J6 participation. You're making bad decisions in your life. And one of these stupid fucking blue tards are going to take a shot at you. and you can't defend yourself. So there is a way to stir up shit. There's a way to challenge people. There's a way to get people to think differently, no matter whether it's called hate speech or whatever. But there's also a way that you're setting yourself up for a very difficult time in life in the future if you no longer can grift on hating Jews. So I would just encourage him to maybe find another way to use that brain that he has that his body can't back up. That's my thought. So you're going to pay her, dude, because that's the way this works. She's got a payday coming. Oh,
What's up?
Nothing. Someone just tagged me in a meme from a long time ago. Somebody used my meme.
Oh, which one?
This is, oh my God, this is old. This is an old Dylan Mulvaney meme that has like a shit ton. How come my memes don't go this big?
So are we getting paid for it?
Fuck no, we're not getting paid for it. At least they left my tag on it. So it just says, society has fallen 18 to 1943, first wave of feminism, we are equal to men. Second wave, we don't need men. Third wave, we hate men. Fourth wave, feminism, we are men. And it's got like 10,000, it's got a shit ton of views. And then this guy, this really nice guy, said, he goes, wouldn't the last one be a W2M? At Dumb Show was GD right on with that name. So he gave me props. So I'm just going to say to him, just put you on my show live. Thanks for the memories. So anyway, it's nice to know Twitter's doing better. Like we got 65 people watching right now. That's cool. We're the number one in our group outside right now. OAN is beating us. Thank you, Frankie. But we're beating Ryan. We're beating the snot out of Ryan F. Samuels. Suck it, Ryan. Joe Lanou, we're beating him. So we're also beating Kimmy on liberal tier. So the groups, what they do is they rate you against other shows that are roughly the size of your audience.
Oh.
So we're doing pretty well. We're beating everybody. Closest to us is Kimmy, liberal tiers. She's got 47. Kate's got 8. OAN's got 3.5. That's not bad. OAN's got millions of followers, and that we're even being mentioned with OAN. That's kind of cool. Look, there it is. There's all the ratings. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Mike says that cat must seriously have some hairballs.
You know what? She doesn't.
She doesn't. No.
No, very, very, very rarely.
No, she just doesn't. She's just a very clean cat.
No, I don't even brush her either. Very rarely. She doesn't have any mats or anything either.
So I want to show you guys. Okay. You guys know that I do a lot of analyzation, and Liv knows this, of certain things. You know, like Liv knows when I watch a movie, like in the first 2 minutes, I usually know how it's going to end.
Yeah, that's very true. It's very rare for you to watch a whole movie and be stumped. I think that's maybe happened like once, twice in the time we've been
I think
together.
it was Debbie Does Dallas was the movie that I was stumped in.
I wasn't watching with you, so.
I think it was Usual Suspects got me pretty good. Like I didn't know until when he started breaking it down before the facts came in. I had an idea it was Kevin Spacey. But Vanilla Sky threw me off too.
Oh yeah, that one definitely.
There's movies that throw me off. But like Inception, I had Inception figured out in the first 3 minutes, and I had the alternate version that wasn't released until like 17 years later or whatever it was, and the director admitted that my story was right. I've never heard it before. I was the only one ever.
What, in Inception?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody came up with my breakdown of Inception. Nobody. And everybody's like, okay, he's in a dream. He's not in a dream. He's in a 5th level, 3rd level. I'm like, it's not his dream. It's Maud's. So it's Maud's Inception, not his. If you haven't watched the show, go watch the show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
So anyway, so I like to break I like to break things down.
Yes.
Sixth Sense, I had that figured out in 2 seconds. Sixth Sense was easy. Yeah, I don't know. They're just anyway. So this guy on CNN has decided to break down the shooter. Everything we've said about the shooter has been correct so far. He did use, I told you about the DNA on the cup and the using the credit card. I broke down the pictures that it was different contrast. Police came out and said that it was a contrast issue, that they use that to AI and artificially enhance the photograph. All of these things are true. They recreated his footprint. This guy's going to get arrested. I told you 72 hours. They're this close. Everything. That's the one thing that's fucking hits my hat. They're really close to grabbing this guy. It's a matter of they don't know where he is. So they've now put out his profile. I told you they didn't put that out because they didn't want him to know. Now they've released some information about where he came from, a rental he had, the bike rental, that he used a card, that they have his DNA, that they have partial prints on him. They know who he is. And it's a matter of flushing him out to make a mistake. So now they've done that. Now they've got the safety nets in place. And after the first 48, they get that all solid. Now they've got the bolos out. People know who he is. They're looking for him. They know where he's from, all that type of stuff. So it's going to be, yeah, he's most assuredly out of New York City. They'll have him. It's just about some cop will pick him up. He'll get rolled over on. Somebody will recognize him. It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
But this guy on CNN, and this is my problem, right? This kills me. And I hate doing it. I just got to say it's me. Because you will see me do this on Fox or watching TV, where I make a prediction the night before, and then all of a sudden, boom, next day, here it is. It frustrates me. And I'm like, gosh, if I wore a suit and I stopped cussing and stopped being so aggressive, maybe. But you know what? I don't want that. I like what we do. I like how we do it. I enjoy it. We make a good living off of this because people are so generous, and we're going to keep doing it until it doesn't work anymore. And if I have to shift gears, I will. But stuff like this is just like, come on, bro. This...
Do you think that they know who he is? You think that they have his identity?
This frustrates. Just listen to this. And Liv, I want your reaction first.
Do you think that they...
Loretta says, you're talking about the B&T, the Brugger and Thought. What? No, no. That's not. No, Loretta, that's not true. And if the police department said that, I want to see that. But I think you're talking about the BT VP9. It's not a BT VP9. No, it's not. And it's Brugger and something. I don't. It's an old guy. I know which one you're talking about. I'll tell you which one you think it is. Come on. I'm looking it up. Come on. There it is. The Brugger. I think it's Thomet. Yeah, Thomet. Brugger and Thomet VP9. B&T VP9. It's a vet pistol. It's a 9mm. No, it's not. That is not a pullback. That is a pull twist and snap back. And it's got a lever. It's no. I don't think so. I don't think so. I checked that off when I researched and I broke down the film. It doesn't scream that at all. Just FYI. Here's the video.
Do you think that they know who he is? You think that they have his identity?
It's a good chance. It's a very good possibility with these new photographs that he has that they already know who he is.
They already know.
It's a very good chance of that. But I want to say something else that I know these criminal investigators are looking into as it relates to motive. There have been times when people have orchestrated their own demise for certain reasons. We know.
Give me a break, dude. Seriously? I mean, seriously.
That there was some, and I'm not saying this is the case.
Okay, but you're putting it out there.
You're
which
putting
means,
it out there that's good in people's heads, and
That's
now
right.
people are going to think, oh, well, he did it himself, and all of a sudden it's going to be turned he's the bad guy.
Loretta, don't worry about YouTube. There's plenty of people out there. Watch my show. It's not a VP9. I'm just telling you right now. The mechanics are completely wrong when he recycled that weapon. There's no way. It's not a B&T. It is a very obscure weapon, number one. And the overall profile, there was suppressor separation from the suppressor and the main muzzle of the weapon. It's not a BT9. The cycling process of that weapon is completely different. Anyway, let's just watch this.
But as an investigator,
Like for insurance.
And Loretta, here's the cool thing. You're like, Matt just read my mind. I said World War II weapon, and he picked out the exact weapon that I'm talking about. So it's because I've already checked that weapon off. Here, I'll show you a picture. This is what you think it is, or you watched a video of. And here it is. That's right. Yeah. See the back housing? That back housing is a dial. And essentially you have to twist it twist it clockwise and then go ahead and pull it out and then snap it back into place. So that's what we're talking about. Okay. Here we go.
Insurance purposes?
Absolutely, insurance purposes. Maybe they fear some type of investigation down the road. Maybe they want to leave their family in a good light. But there have been cases where people have orchestrated their own demise. And here's another reason.
And just to say, you're saying in a nice language, you're saying that it is a possibility.
It is a possibility
that he hired somebody.
Yes, it's also a possibility that Martians came down from Alpha Sigma 7 and murdered him too. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, okay? That doesn't, it could have been, he could have had a closeted homosexual life, and that was his transgender lover, and she's upset and decided to kill him. There's a lot of possibilities, but you don't know that at all, and the chances of that are very slim. It would be researched completely. He's not dying of anything. The guy was overweight. He was also shocked to shit that he took it in the leg. Come on. Let's slow down a little bit.
Now, if the killer was wearing a MAGA hat,
right, and he said,
said you're in MAGA country.
That's right.
Then we'd know for sure it was him.
Sure.
But
we do. But we also need to understand the following, is that it very well could have been, like, they didn't know he was going to be there. Nobody knew he was going to be there. This was kind of an unannounced thing. So how did they know? Okay. Well, let me tell you something. It's not hard to call a hotel. Okay. It's not hard to pretend like you know what you're doing by calling a hotel and saying, hey, I'm here to talk to John Doe, and I was wondering if you could go ahead and leave him a message, right? Or checking or hacking his computer, or you get a message from the corporate office, or there's a lot of different ways.
It could be a disgruntled employee.
Very much.
That knows, that works in that used to work in that building and knows his schedule.
Right. Or ultimately, it could have been somebody who saw him. It could be on an internet forum. Yes, he could have hired somebody. There's so many different ways. But to come out and say it like this, you're just filling airtime.
Now the left takes CNN like it's the frickin' Bible.
Right.
And anything that is on CNN is the absolute truth with no equivocation. And so now that's going to be the new leftist talking point, that he did it to himself.
Right.
To kill him.
Absolutely.
Olivia, did y'all already mention anything?
No,
Kristen?
not yet.
What are we talking about?
I'll tell you later.
Not be ignored.
Yeah, I'm going to say something.
We'll do that in a second.
And this is what is really digging at me as a former criminal investigator. This guy knew too much about where he was going to be at a specific time.
This is true.
There's no evidence that I've seen of him. When you look at the timeline of him coming to that area outside of the Hilton and where he was outside of the Hilton, it's a very small window. Very small window. It's not like he was roaming around. Mm-hmm. We have video of him roaming around, going from one door to the next, trying to figure out where he's going to be at a specific time.
He knew.
He was there. He was laying in wait. Who would have that specific type of information?
That's where you check the wife.
Okay.
What sidewalk?
I'm telling you right now, okay? 9 times out of 10, it's the spouse. I'm just letting you know. And this is me spending a lot of time with sheriffs and deputies and city police teaching them firearm instruction. There's a lot of time sitting with my neighbor who I haven't even talked to it about, but when we do, trust me, this will come up. It's having a homicide detective as an uncle who I admire and emulate. It's working with the masters at arms in the Navy, which I worked with a master at arms for a brief TDY. So I got to pick up on, I was a cop in the Navy for a short period of time. Loved it. 6 months. It was some of the best temporary duty I've ever done in my life. And that's where I got a taste for it and why I wanted to be in the FBI when I got out. I don't think Olivia's ever heard that. But 9 times out of 10, it's the wife. The wife has the information. She knew where he was going to be. She knew if his security detail was going to be there. She knows everything. Because my wife would know everything. You would also have to look at his secretary. The easiest way they're going to figure out the motive is when they catch him. The second way they're going to do it is they're going to find out who knew where he was going to be. And that list is very small. Why wasn't the security detail there? So there's a lot of things. And he could be right. This guy could be absolutely right. But there is no evidence that shows that. Just because you don't have a piece of information doesn't mean that you get to make it up. Just like with a firearm, I broke it down. I tried to explain it. I showed you guys what it was, what it wasn't, how it works, how it doesn't. Now, the rumors are that he waited there for hours.
That's what I've heard.
But there's also people that said that he was there for 30 minutes. So just let the fog of war go through. Okay? Melanie says, no, I thought they were separated or getting divorced. I don't know. That's even more reason to check the wife.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe there was a...
No, don't speculate. Don't do it. Don't be this guy. The point is that catch the guy. We'll figure it out. And it's just really important to not jump to conclusions. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay.
It really isn't.
And we'll figure out all the there'll be a made-for-TV movie. Netflix will probably pick this up, and they'll make that person, if they're white, black. So we'll
guarantee it.
We'll figure it out. That's it. Okay.
So can I say something?
Oh,
real
yeah,
quick? Yes.
please.
I was going to do it at the beginning of the show, but considering that we were a little late.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's...
So one of my friends that I went to school with, her daughter is currently in the hospital, needs prayers right now. She's been having health problems. She's 17. Her name is Natalie. She's been having health problems for a few years. She was diagnosed with POTS last year. And I guess on Monday, she couldn't stop vomiting. She had a couple seizures. She went in shock, organ failure. And they're still trying to figure out what's going on. But I guess she had some issues with the POTS. And she's got a really, really bad bacterial infection in her esophagus. And it's causing some issues.
How old?
She's 17.
Okay.
And
what's
so her name is Natalie.
Okay. All right. I don't lead prayer on the show. Amy's not here. I wish she was here. But if everyone would please take a moment, that would really mean a lot. And let's just take a minute. Let's just get some prayers out there and some healing love right now. That would be good. What was her name again? Natalie, 17 years old, suffering from POTS, having a tough time. And this is Kristen's who?
I'm sorry?
Kristen is the one who wanted to know about it.
That's her mom.
That's her mother.
Yes.
Oh, so this is her daughter. Sorry, I thought she was the aunt or something. Okay,
no,
so
this is her daughter. We went to school together from kindergarten up through senior year, and we were cheerleaders
well, then you
together.
Know what? Then
and
put your
everything.
hands together and say a prayer, because you know how you just don't do it anymore. Go make it happen.
It's been a while.
Well, make it happen. You can do this. I'm bad at it because I don't do it. I'm working on it. You can do this. This is a good friend of yours. You need to do this.
Okay.
All right. So Liv's going to lead this for us. Let's take a moment. Go ahead, baby.
All right. Dear Lord, we come to you tonight to ask you to watch over Natalie, to send down healing to her and to send calmness to her mother and her family, and to just help her through this and to help the entire family through this. And thank you. Amen.
Amen.
Don't do that very well anymore.
You did fine. You did fine. Listen, it should never be awkward to do it. I just don't know how to do it. I do it internally. Tina was asking me what type of firearms training, tactical firearms training, and competitive. So we were on the criminal justice fire team and the competitive shooting team in our criminal justice in college. I did a brief 2-year stint in college, and we got to work with the sheriff's department and help them with competitive shooting. But then I used military experience to help with the CQB and the tactical shooting team. So worked with, they didn't have a SWAT team, but they had a emergency response team in this town. And then I had an opportunity to do some other training with a local police department in Nebraska and Scottsbluff. So just FYI. And that was CQB, CQC. So close quarter combat and close quarter battle. So going in and sweeping a room with a handgun, with a rifle, with a shotgun, etc.
She wants to know the name of the certificate or the
I
certification or whatever.
I don't fucking know. I don't even know. What do you mean, the name of the certificate? I don't.
Or certification. She said, "What's the name of the cert?"
United States Navy.
No.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't certify anyone. I wasn't a licensed certifier. We would run through live drills and do competitive shooting and bring the sheriff's department and teach them how to navigate their service revolvers and to effectively clear a room and to stack on top of each other and clear a room. It wasn't an employment opportunity. No, I didn't. No, I don't do. No. Very different certification and licensing people to go through courses. No, that's not my job. That's not what I did. So my job was to use my expertise from the military in a very small town to help the sheriff's department in CQB and CQC tactics with several other people. I didn't certify anybody. What else?
I don't know. What other things did you have
I'm
to talk about tonight?
I'm looking at the
There was
list.
a rumor that came out that I've done some research, and I can't find anything to
Hegseth, yeah,
to corroborate it. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't want to cover
what
it.
was the rumor?
It was about Kamala Harris and her husband. I don't want to say anything until I find out the truth.
They're getting a divorce.
That they're getting a divorce, and he cheated on her with one of the staffers or something like that. But I can't find anything.
We'll find out.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't really want to bring it up until we know.
Oh, Tina says my hubby had to national certification for FOP to teach nationally. I got you. Yeah, this was just a local sheriff's department, so it wasn't national firearms instructor or certified by the. I don't even know. I don't even know what firearm certification. I was a good shot. And I was on. We had several sheriff's departments join. Glenn Levy was his name. Yeah, was our professor. He was an ex-cop in, it's not Goshen. What was it? Laramie County? Torrington.
Torrington was Goshen, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Goshen? Okay.
Yeah,
so
and then Laramie was Laramie County, of course.
That's right.
But,
so it was Goshen County.
Mm-hmm.
So Goshen County, he was the criminal justice instructor at the school, and he was also a retired sheriff. So when I came in, I was just fresh out of the military. And I was a hell of a shot. So we would get guys on the sheriff's department to come in and competitively shoot, and we would travel all over the place, Nebraska, Las Vegas, whatever, regionally against the other community colleges and even some of the NCAA schools, division schools, and competitively shoot against them. And then that naturally turned into an offer to come in and demonstrate and assist their masters at arms and their shooting instructors to help their deputies effectively navigate obstacles in CQC, CQB situations and competitive shooting. That's it. Something special. My neighbor is certified, and he certified Olivia with her concealed carry and all that. I don't know what his certifications are either. Not a part of that. So I don't even know where to begin on how to do that. You probably would have to get licensed through your state or county, I would assume, and I don't even know. Tina, you tell me. I have no interest on doing it though. I don't have the patience to teach people to shoot. I taught her how to clear the house. I taught her how to crawl a house, but I did not teach her how to fire a weapon. I don't have the patience. So, like, she would flag me once, and I'd be like, "That's fucking it. We're done.
Yep.
No more. I'm done." So I don't have the patience. But anyway,
Yenny, she wants her moment in the spotlight. Jeez.
So let's move on. This is interesting. We'll do some Pete Hegseth. It's Friday night. We're going to stay on a little later.
Yeah.
So this.
What?
I don't know. I like. Listen. Okay. I am not a churchgoer, and I want to be transparent. My relationship with God is one that's very, very personal, and it will never be one that is involved with a church. It just won't be. That ship has sailed. That bridge has been crossed. That bridge is burned, and I have no desire to do the church. It's interesting because they have a Celtic cross on the dais, which is interesting.
I'm curious to what religion this is and where this is.
Well, it looks Catholic to me, but it's a Gaelic/Celtic cross.
What country is this here?
Well, I don't know yet. We're going to watch it together. I'm just letting you know the first thing that I saw was interesting. Tina, let me know how you get certified for firearms instruction anyway. I'm very interested to find out because I mean, I can just ask Mike, but you're a cop, so, and you also know how local sheriff's departments work. It's not necessarily, I once saw a guy at a Honda Accord who had police lights on his Honda Accord in a local town. Not the most high class. Yeah, I'm just making sure that I was right. Yeah, it's a Celtic cross, is it not? Maybe somebody could tell me. It looks like a Celtic cross. And it doesn't have the elongated bottom, so maybe it's not. Maybe it is a Gaelic cross. Oh, it looks more like Gaelic. I think it's a Gaelic cross. Which is the same thing if it's not. Celtic and Gaelic are the same thing. Yep, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Holy shit, Matt, pulling that out of my ass. I don't know where that came from. Well, out of my ass. Obviously. Yeah, see? So that's what it is, all right. So let's find out what he has to. And speaking of Gaelic, there's this guy.
Apparently. Jeez.
Yeah, this is bad. Merry Christmas.
Morning, y'all. My name is Russian Kimball. My pronouns are he, him, his. I have the privilege of serving as the pastor of Broadway United Methodist Church in downtown Orlando. And also my drag name is still a work in progress. So if you have any ideas, just please let me know. There's one floating around, but I'm not going to share that one with you. But I'm still taking other suggestions. Morning, y'all.
Suzanne says it looks like a ceiling fan. Well, not just why is he wearing...
I have no words. What in the world is that? What is that?
I don't know.
Are you serious?
What type of church is that?
My gosh.
I don't...
Wow. What church was this?
I have no idea. It says, Libs of TikTok says, you walk into this church, what would you do? I don't have a lot of details.
Wow.
It was just a video that I thought I would show because, yeah, he's wearing lipstick, eyeliner, blush, foundation, and 15,000 other things. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so I've got something else, and I feel like I'm ready to... Charlie Victor, Delta runway 46. Yeah, this is Cessna Papa Delta coming in across northwest by east at a 32-degree headwind. I'm putting flaps down and I'm coming in on runway 147. I feel like a fucking pilot with this on. I haven't worn headphones since I've been shooting. Tina, you didn't. Tina, send me a message. I like to learn things. When people ask me a question I don't know the answer to, like, I like to learn things. I have no idea how you certify as a firearms instructor for the police department. Help me understand. Yeah. I don't know. I could just ask Mike. We're going to breakfast tomorrow. I'll ask Mike. Point. Don't worry about it, Tina. I'll ask Mike. Folks, I made a suggestion a long time ago to stop going after Hunter Biden and just leave it alone. Let the local authorities take care of it. I would highly recommend if you just leave it the fuck alone. Political warfare. Trump is going to be doing enough of that. Let's get the big dogs, right? Let's get the corruption. Let's get our government fixed. Personal vendettas, let's leave them alone. I don't like this. We got to see 4 years of this, and I understand it's like, oh, let's pay them back now, and let's act like that. Can we, like, we beat them. Can we take we won for an answer? That would be really, let's get to work. Let's not fuck it around. We have spent enough time wasting time. We've got the House. You've got the Senate. You've got the gubernatorial. You've got the SCOTUS. You've got the presidency. It is time to get busy. And we don't have any time to waste. So this video doesn't make me feel really good. What do you guys think? Watch this.
Our investigation must continue, I believe, to let the American people know the truth, even if these pardons are taking place.
You know, Congressman, everything you said is really important. The American people, because the media didn't cover, then watchdogs have been criticized.
Bobby Richardson says, if someone is pardoned by a president, can they be charged in another way? They can be charged by the state. But federally, what Hunter Biden has is a blanket pardon. So anything that happens between 2014, I believe, August or October, all the way till 2025 of January, he's covered. Kevster, thanks, buddy. So that's that. We need to let it go.
Yeah, it's over.
Christine,
he was pardoned.
Christine, I got your wonderful medal cut out. I don't know if you heard me say thank you. But thank you. I said it earlier in the show. I didn't know if you were on, but I showed everybody. It was beautiful. Thank you, my friend. You're the best. Here's the rest.
Then for not covering.
Wait, what were you saying?
Just leave it alone. He's been pardoned. I understand we don't agree with it. We understand, but it's over. And here's the thing. What is going after Hunter going to accomplish?
Right. Go after his parents.
Nothing. It's not going to accomplish anything. Go after the people that have ruined this country. Go after Schiff. Go after Fauci. Go after Pelosi. Go after them. And look at them. The Obamas. Freaking look at them.
Look at the Clintons. Just
the Clintons, yeah, they're untouchable, unfortunately.
Just reduce the fucking spending.
Leave Hunter out of it at this point. It's been done. It's we don't need to talk about it anymore. Biden shut it down. Let it stay closed.
Stop.
Move on.
I am so fucking.
What?
I am so tired. I knew it was Christine Clark.
Oh, was it?
I
thought it was Klug. I'm so sorry.
You owe it this to
I do.
You
I'm
owe an
so
apology.
sorry.
I knew it was Christine Clark. I said Christine. And I'm like, why did I say Christine Clark? What am I thinking? And you knew it.
I'm sorry. That was me.
Fine.
That was all me.
You guys got to change your fucking names.
I'm so sorry.
You guys are killing me. Christine, you're thanked because we love you. Christine Clark, we love you too. I thought that's who it was. If Christine Clark hears this, I am so sorry. Don't.
It's first names are the same and the last names start with a K. So I apologize.
Yeah, I got something that starts with a K that I'm going to call you in a second because you made me look bad. No, I'm kidding. Does the Constitution allow a president to pardon someone who hasn't been charged with a crime yet? Yeah. Yeah. Richard Nixon was under indictment. He wasn't officially charged with a crime. They did the same thing for Nixon. Yeah, Nixon was pardoned and was not officially charged. The indictment did not bring charges. So, yeah, you can charge someone retroactively, proactively, or reactively when it comes to a pardon. That's why presidential pardon. But yes, it's not about Hunter. That's correct. Let's go after let's stop the spending, and we can deal with. They can walk and chew gum at the same times. But this House has been fucking completely distracted for too long. It's time to go to work. We need to win it in 2026. Otherwise, they're just going to go ahead and make him a lame duck president, and they're going to get another Democrat in, and they're going to undo everything he does. We must have change. America wants legislative change. Period.
Talking about for a long time. And the other thing,
Karen, I don't know how to explain this any better. Any federal crime, and FARA is a federal crime, Hunter Biden cannot be charged with. He has blanket immunity for everything. A presidential pardon is the greatest get out of jail free card ever. And I believe that it is not December 1st, 2024. It actually goes until 2025, the first month of January. That's my understanding. So he's exonerated from any crimes he does right now. He has been forgiven. It's like he went to mass, he ate the wafer, he sucked down some blood of Christ, he counted some rosary. Rosemary, sorry. I'm not a Catholic.
That one took me a minute.
Counted some rosary and maybe slept with an altar boy or two knowing Hunter, and now he's free and clear. Okay? That wasn't appropriate. I don't care. This show is what we do sometimes. All right, here we go.
two is the wording of the U.S. Constitution shows it's unconstitutional to do preemptive pardons. So show the wording of the Constitution. It doesn't see anything. It says pardons for offenses, not future offenses.
This is the same shit they did to us with insurrection. Let it go. They pardoned Richard fucking Nixon, and he had no charges. Zero. Zilch nada. He had an indictment. He was not formally charged. It's over. He pardoned him. Let it go. Go after the big fish. Okay? Go after the big fish. Let the state take care of Joe. Okay, let's focus. But we'll listen to the rest of this.
Or potential offenses down the road. That means Biden's blanket pardon of Hunter Biden can be challenged and thrown out in court.
I agree, and I think it should be. And I think that you'll see members from the Oversight Committee and other committees that have worked so diligently on this try to seek out those arguments, because our investigation must continue, I believe, to let the American people know the truth, even if these pardons are taking place.
You know, Congressman, everything you said is really important, the American people, because the media didn't cover, then watchdogs have been criticizing them for not covering what you've been talking about for a long time. And the other thing, too, is the wording of the U.S. Constitution shows it's unconstitutional to do preemptive pardons. So show the wording of the Constitution. It doesn't see anything. It says pardons for offenses, not future offenses or potential offenses.
See, it does say that. Okay? Olivia, why does it say that? Read it.
He shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States.
Why is her argument incorrect? Think about it. Read it again until you get it. You got this. I want you to think of a roulette wheel. Just kidding.
Don't even do that. Seriously.
So what is the wording? Just don't look at it.
Well, you took it down, so I can't look at it anyway.
Yeah, you can. You can use your memory. For what?
What do you mean for what?
He shall have the power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses. What's the key? For what?
Offenses?
Right. Does it say offenses in the last 5 years?
Nope, it doesn't say.
No. I'm helping you so you don't get to answer it once I make it clear. You must let me help you through the process. Don't be a woman. Does it say offenses for the last 5 years?
No.
Does it say offenses coming up in the next 20 years?
No.
Does it say offenses when the moon was full and the sky was right and I went ahead and had a Mac tonight?
No.
No. It says what?
Just offenses.
So therefore, there's no statute of limitations based upon time. Either it's predicated upon the past, the future, or the present. It is offenses.
There's no timeline.
There's no timeline. Unless what? The timeline is
specified?
That's right. And who specified it?
The president.
Thank you very much. That's it. It is predicated upon the language that the president, and that is his responsibility and his discretion. They will lose this case. And Republicans will waste fucking time, and they will
and
lose
money
votes.
And just leave it alone.
Stop fucking going after bitch boy Hunter.
This is one of the main reasons.
He'll pop a vein and he'll fucking hang himself while he's jacking off in a hotel closet. Fuck him.
This is one of the main reasons that I think Trump won, because I think that a lot of people were getting sick of the political hit jobs and constantly going after people for nothing because they didn't agree with them politically. And I think a lot of people are really sick of it, and they need to stop. It's over. It's done.
Yes.
It's move on. I understand you lost, but move on.
We didn't lose.
Well, they wanted freaking Hunter to be freaking.
He was never going to go to jail.
I know that. But apparently in their la land, he was.
It's not going to happen. By the way, Nixon was pardoned for any crimes he may have committed or participated in while office. That's right. May have. He was never. He had an indictment. The indictment was not sealed. He had no formal charges of a felony. Ford pardoned him posthumously for his time in office. But not posthumously of a life, but posthumously from the events. Okay? He specified a time. Pardons usually do. Now, does a pardon have a statute of limitations? Yes, if the time is established. But if somebody says anything related to January 6th, Donald Trump is pardoned and cannot be held accountable for, he can't be. The states can go ahead, but D.C. isn't a state, so good luck doing that.
Exactly.
So, folks, listen to me. I don't have my certification in the Constitution either. I've got a pre-law degree, criminal justice and political science degree. I've got some world experience, and I have one hell of a memory, and I have a really good mind to put this shit together, and I'm telling you, I'm usually right about this stuff. I've pretty much predicted every single case in the Constitution that's actually been across their bench. And I'm telling you, they will lose. Okay? Because let me tell you why they lose. Because if you do this, then there's about 100,000 pardons that are all suspect. And they are going to have to relitigate all these cases. They're going to have to arrest people and put them in prison if you start questioning the authority of presidential pardons. That's a lot of people, including Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, and all the people, General Flynn. You start questioning these and you start getting litigation and creating precedent that the presidential pardons are suspect. You're going to open up a shitstorm that we don't want.
I hope Trump slaps him down, says enough.
I don't think we're going to see anything else. I understand. Look at Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton pardoned people for cash for the Clinton Foundation. Are you kidding me? Bill Clinton did like 300 and something pardons. Like 87 of them were people who donated large sums to the Clinton Foundation. I get it. Folks, hey. Just incoming breaking news. Politicians are fucking crooked. No shit. Grass is green. Snow is white. Not anymore. Snow is actually Puerto Rican with CGI dwarves.
Oh.
Who doesn't kiss men. It's like, my fairest maiden of them all, who's asleep, may I ask you, please, may I touch you? Fairest maiden. Hello? I'll just sit here. 7 years later. Fairest maiden, please, I have to piss. Could I have your permission to kiss thy subtle lips? 15 years later. Lady, I ain't fucking kidding now. You need to give me permission to kiss your lips. 20 years later. Bitch, I ain't playing with you. I already fucking told you twice. The dumbest movie ever told. Black Snow. Pete Hegseth had something to say. He basically said, I don't answer to you mother humpers. Here is his reply. Take a listen. Pete Hegseth is fighting back a little bit. And good, he should. Here it is.
I'm proud of what I fought.
Bobby says, I just invited my weapons instructor, brother Sammy Summers. Thank you very much. I'm sure there's some questions. How did he get his national certification? Is he allowed to teach city cops or state cops or sheriff's departments or whatever? I don't know. It's 25 years ago. God, longer than that. What year is it? 2025?
For what?
It's 2025, right?
No,
2024.
It's 2024.
Well, but essentially it's 2025. We're right there. So 27. Holy shit, 28 years ago. No, 26 years ago.
For what? Us being together?
Wyoming.
Oh, Wyoming? When we lived in Wyoming?
When I first was in Wyoming.
Oh, gosh. When you were, I don't know. That was before me.
1999.
No, you had to be before that because we met in January 99.
Oh, that's right. So it was 97.
98?
No, 97 December. And then I started with the criminal justice team right before spring. So I think it was March. And then most of our travel was done during the summer. So March of 99.
98.
98. Yes. How long?
That is going to be
27 years.
27 years.
Okay, great. Yep. Here's Pete Hegseth.
I'm not going to back down from them one bit. I will answer all of these senators' questions, but this will not be a process tried in the media. I don't answer to anyone in this group. None of you. Not to that camera at all. I answer to President Trump, who received 76 million votes on behalf and a mandate for change. I answer to the 100 senators who are part of this process and those in the committee. And I answer to my Lord and Savior and my wife and my family. I'm proud to be here. And as long as Donald Trump wants me in this fight, I'm going to be standing right here in this fight, fighting to bring our Pentagon back to what it needs to be.
All right. So according to the Constitution of the United States, is the Secretary of Defense responsible to answer for the people? Mike, dude, kid, get over it. This is the way it goes. Dude, you're talking to Captain America here. You can ask my wife. I was nicknamed by 3 different jobs Captain America, okay? Because, like, honest and true, the Boy Scout.
Golden Boy.
The Golden. Easy.
That's what they called you.
So, I get it. I know you're frustrated. Everything you're saying is right. I agree with you. But it doesn't change the thing. There has always been a ruling class. And there has always been peasants and peons and serfs. And my friend, just because we have quiet comforts that the royalty beset upon us and allows us to pursue, it doesn't mean you're not a serf and a peasant and a peon and a slave, because you are. We are not the ruling class. That's just the facts. We just have silk in our home and grapes. And the other people are eating rice and oats. That doesn't make us royalty. There are people who can walk down and shove a rapier through somebody's heart and get away with it. Politicians have murdered. They have left women upside down in a car in the Chappaquiddick and were not held accountable. We had a civil rights black leader fuck prostitutes using sadomasochism and punishment with whips and leathers and anal beads and everything else, Martin Luther King, inside the Lincoln bedroom. We had Kennedy fuck multiple women against Jackie O, who was a habitual prescription abuser, an alcoholic. We had Bill Clinton, who shoved a Cuban Havana cigar up a woman's pussy and then smoked it. Sure, that left a very pecan nutty aftertaste.
Jeez. I thought you were going to say something else.
I wonder how that affected the pH balance and the acidic value of the cigar. It's a nutty pecan rolling aftertaste.
I thought you were going to say it had a fishy aftertaste, but...
That's gross. That's... Okay, you know what, Liv? That's enough. There's only so many things that you listen. Seriously, you're crossing a line.
Yeah, totally.
So we can go on and on and on. You had fucking Obama, who was gun running for Mexico. You had an attorney general who was running guns to New Mexico, running guns through the Fast and the Furious. You had a president who killed 280 some odd Americans with drone strikes
Who gave
overseas.
cash to frickin' Iran.
Pallets full of cash, 150 billion to Iran. No, it's not that you have to shut up. It's you have to get over it. Talk about it, get frustrated by it. But we have to understand there are bigger fish. Folks, we are $36 trillion in debt. We are 14 trillion away from literally speaking Chi-fucking-ese. Because economic domination is a hell of a lot more serious than wartime domination from China. They want to economically own us, and then the war won't matter. Okay? Because there won't be a war. They are trying to destroy us economically. We have to get off their tit. We have to start buying back our debt. And I don't want to pay back the deficit. I want to pay back the countries and buy the land that they have. I want the United States to become autonomous of foreign countries. I don't give a fuck about Hunter fucking Biden. I hope he gets a hot fucking load someday. If he's going to continue to, I want him to be sober. I want him to live a fruitful life and turn the corner. If not, and he continues to go back to his sinful ways and starts doing drug again, get a hot fucking load and let us all off the hook. That's my thought process. Okay, great. Now, can we get back to this?
Yes.
I care. I'm all about good, and I don't care that somebody paid back their taxes. I don't care that somebody checked and lied on a gun form. I just don't care. It happens all the fucking time. It happens thousands of times a day. I do care that I don't care that he hired prostitutes, okay? I don't care. I don't care. I got freaky with 2 strippers. Olivia knows. At my buddy's bachelor party. What's fucked up is they were there for him, and they went with me. Shit happens. Stupid stuff happens. I've never done coke. Not ever. Smoked weed. I've drank my fair share. I've done some psychotropic drugs. I've done stupid shit. I've had a baby out of wedlock. I've done dumb stuff. We've all done dumb stuff. Hunter Biden did dumb shit. He's an unethical piece of crap. He paid to play. He sold on his father's name, and they collected and benefited from it. They all do it. Okay? They all do it. Jared Kushner did get a $2.1 billion deal pushed through from Saudi Arabia into his business. You think that had nothing to do with his ties to President Trump? Of course it did. These guys work 18-hour days. Well, most presidents. Biden doesn't. They give their lives. They do an incredible amount of service to their country, most of them. You may not like what they do, but they still work their ass off. They put themselves in a position to be the leader of the free world. It is one of the most excruciating and demanding jobs ever. The fact that they make money when they leave, I don't care. What I care about, truly, is that I'm sick of giving money to Ukraine. I'm sick of the fentanyl overdoses. I'm sick of black kids getting murdered. I'm sick of our military being fucking Teletubbies. Okay? I want our country back on track. I want our military strong. I want our borders secure. I want our debts paid. I want our country back and paid for. And then I want to clean up and create infrastructure. Then we're going to go after the rest of the world. Okay? That does not mean we have the time to go after Hunter Biden for fucking 2 years and nothing is going to happen. Nothing. Okay? Hillary Clinton killed SEALs, military, and ambassador, and abandoned us. She stole government secrets. She deleted 33,000 emails. She obstructed justice. She hired a company to destroy evidence after a cease and desist. She lied on the stand. She created false narratives. She went ahead and brought home TSI out of a SCIF and software and installed it on an unsecured fucking server in her bathroom. And that woman is walking free, Nothing's gonna happen to Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or any other of them. They are untouchable. The only way you do that is to take the money out of politics, get our country on the right track, and get law and order fixed. The only way you do that is take money out of politics and get the foreign governments out of our country. That is
and
it.
put in term limits.
Fuck Joe Biden.
Stop having
Fuck Hunter.
career politicians.
Sick of them all.
I have a question.
Can I answer the fucking Pete Hegseth
Oh,
thing?
yeah. Sorry.
Then you have a question. Go ahead. Answer your question first.
My question was, I know that Biden had a son with his first wife and then she died and then met Jill when that son was a baby. Is Hunter Jill's biological son?
I don't fucking know and I don't care.
I'm just curious.
I don't know. I don't care. I don't care about Hunter. If I never hear the name Hunter Biden again, it'll be too soon. I don't care.
Got it.
I want the Bidens to get the fuck out of our lives. I don't want to hear the name Biden ever again. I want to hear Trump. We got to look forward. Okay? I don't want to hear stolen election. I don't want to hear Hunter Biden. I don't want to hear about Burisma. I want states' attorneys to take care of it. You know what you need to do? You need to go to Chris Christie. And you need to pull into Chris Christie and say, Chris Christie, write me up a draft for states' attorneys to be controlled by the federal government. And stop making states' attorneys being responsible for their governor. Make states' attorneys who report to the federal government. Why aren't they employed by the federal government? And write a provision that makes states' attorneys assignable by the president. And if you want to go get fucking Hunter Biden, and you want to go get Joe Biden, and you want to go get all the Biden family, then get a state attorney and assign it in Delaware and have them feast. And bankrupt him into oblivion. But it's not Congress's responsibility. It's not the Senate's responsibility. You motherfuckers pass legislation that benefit America, and you control the purse strings to ensure that the money is going into the right places to make America great again. Stop fucking being gosh darn judicial motherfucking branch. You're not it. You can't write a fucking parking ticket. You're not supposed to weaponize the DOJ. You're not supposed to be the judicial branch. Write legislation that's constitutional, control the checkbook, create oversight on the money and the provisions that you put out there, and to ensure that you offer checks and balances to the executive branch. That is your job. Stop litigating cases. All right? Good. Fucking care about Hunter Biden. Can we do Pete Hegseth, baby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So Pete Hegseth, is the Secretary of Defense responsible to the American people? I'm asking you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I zoned for a second. I was reading a comment and I zoned.
Is the Secretary of Defense responsible to the American people?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Secretary of Defense, because he's in charge of the defense of the United States, right?
Yes. By whom does he have that authority from?
The president.
That's right, because he is Commander-in-Chief.
Huh?
Commander-in-Chief.
Oh, gotcha. He's the commander-in-chief. I didn't know if I was supposed to go there.
If he's the commander-in-chief, does that mean that he is a military leader?
Yes.
No.
No.
No, not at all. No, the President of the United States is not the military. The President of the United States doesn't have to take the oath of the military office. He does have to take that oath to protect the Constitution of the United States, but he is not a military ranking member. He is the commander-in-chief and has the authority to utilize the U.S. military to defend the Constitution, these borders, and wherever he deems fit, with an act of Congress to declare war, or 90 days to basically go into any country and do whatever he wants, if he has the permission of the Gang of Eight. But the Secretary of Defense essentially oversees the operational readiness of the U.S. military. And the U.S. military is not under citizen control. It's under federal control. The U.S., this country may pay for it. The country has taxes, but civilians have no authority over the U.S. military whatsoever. In fact, you have none. At all. Your courts can't touch us. That is, a military court will touch us. You don't pay us, even though the taxes go there, it's paid through by the federal government. You don't provide our insurance, the federal government does that. We are owned and operated by the federal government. The Secretary of Defense answers to two bodies. Who would they be?
The president and vice president?
No, president and
Chief staff?
Senate Oversight Committee.
Oh.
That's it. That's it. That's who the Secretary of Defense responds to. Period. Pete Hegseth is absolutely right when he says, because he is an appointed position, he is not under the same, he's not an elective representative. He is assigned by the President of the United States. His responsibility is to answer to the President and the President alone. And he is allowed to be questioned by Congress and the Senate because they have oversight of the executive branch. Make sense?
Yes.
Great. He doesn't respond to the people. He doesn't reply to the people. And the people have absolutely no effect on his position at all. Okay?
Got it.
So when Pete Hegseth says, I don't answer to you fucking people, he doesn't. I don't answer to the media, he doesn't. It's not his job. He answers to the President of the United States. Okay?
Okay.
Everyone understand?
Yes.
Okay. A young boy who thinks he's a girl is afraid that he will be shot on the street following Donald Trump's election.
Oh, jeez.
It's a fun night tonight. I'm having a good time. Here we go.
What concerns have you had about speaking out?
That I'm gonna be like murdered. Like one day I'm gonna be walking down the street and somebody's gonna come up and like shoot me or something.
That's a really scary thing to be worrying about at 10 years old.
Yeah, that should not be a worry.
Michelle, what's going through your mind as you hear your daughter?
I just didn't expect her to say that because when I told her that and programmed her, I didn't think she would say it on national fucking TV.
Say this.
It's just hard to hear her say that. And she asked me three questions after she heard who won the election. Are we gonna have to move? Are they gonna take me away from you? And am I not gonna be able to get my medicine? It's frightening.
What concern?
Come here, Mom. That's what needs to happen to you.
Dude, you fuck. I mean, seriously. I mean, that family looks like a retarded Partridge family. I mean, when Joe Biden was president, my kids didn't come up and go, Mommy, Daddy, is President Biden going to come kill us MAGA people and hang us from a tree? You know what they said? Oh, well. I don't understand. What makes people think that we want transgender people to die? Because, can I just be honest? You're doing a pretty good job on that on your own. You have the highest suicide rates out of any demographic, even higher than the second, which is veterans. You have the highest sexually transmitted disease that have lethality with AIDS, hepatitis. You have the highest intravenous drug use and accidental drug overdose in epidemics. You have the highest level of rape and incest. You have the highest level of stalking and murders through sexual and homicidal tendencies from serial killers, and even aggravated Johns who use transvestites and transgenders for prostitutes. You have the highest level of sexual abuse. You have the highest level of discrimination in the workplace. And you have the highest percentage in the demographic of psychological problems that require psychotropic drugs or long-term therapy out of any demographic. You guys are doing a bang-up job yourself. And that is the problem that people have, why we don't want our kids involved. Because your demographic, with all due respect, is you guys may think getting your wanker lopped off or getting chemically castrated or wearing dresses is good for you. The facts are, it isn't. It is a depressing, dangerous demographic that I believe we have to find a way to help. Mental health is absolutely essential. And if you want to be a woman or a man or call yourself whatever, get your wanker lopped off, you have to ask the question as to why. You're searching for something that you're not going to be able to find, because even when you wank it off, and even when you take all the pills in the world, the simple truth will remain is that you are still a man or you're still a woman, and all the things that you wish you could do, you won't be able to. What you need more than fake boobs or a fake dick are coping skills on how to be disappointed and move the fuck on.
Oh,
That's all I got to say.
freaking what 10-year-old talks like that? I mean, our kids are pretty smart. We've raised them to be pretty smart. They've been in, they listen to politics, I mean, Ethan has been part of the show since he was 7. I mean, they're smart. But Ethan's 11 and he still can't keep his freaking fly up. Every day comes home from school, his fly is down.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
I mean, he's 11, for goodness sake. And
when that thing's bigger than a Tic Tac, we're gonna have problems.
He might be starting to go through puberty. I think he might be at 11. If this kid is 10,
he's going through puberty.
Yeah, he is. This kid's 10, and biological male, it's not going through puberty. Doesn't need medicine yet, for starters. But they're gonna think like a boy. They're going to be a boy. And I hate to say it, but boys are stupid. They are. Jeez. They are just, I love my child with no equivocations, but man, after telling him 500 times, dude, your barn door's open, zip it up. And then 5 minutes later, he hasn't zipped it up. Dude, zip it up. It's, there's no way.
You got to let the sound effect play.
It's freaking the parents, man. It's the parents,
it just comes.
man.
Nobody wants to kill transgender people. We want transgender people to accept themselves. That's number one, and accept who they are, and stop trying to validate your dislike for your own self by getting us to like you. Because those are surface level and honestly shallow goals. The one thing I will tell you, the root of happiness, the key to happiness, is to stop seeking other people's approval. And the entire focus of the transgender movement is to validate your existence through others. It needs to stop. Sarah says Scarlett is going through puberty and she'll be 11 on the 17th.
It's my bestie from Arizona.
I know.
Okay.
I know who that is. That's why I said I know who Sarah is, Liv.
You're like the biggest losers ever.
Yeah, I think girls go through puberty faster than boys. I know Hayden sure did.
I don't know if it's puberty, but they certainly grow up, and their IQ is, their frontal cortex develops much faster than boys. Yes. Yeah, like I still, like want to light toilet paper on fire and flush it down the toilet to see what happens. Because
I don't think boys ever fully mature.
I'm all man. But anyway, so all right, so almost done. Nice to see you, Sarah. Let's see. Oh. Okay.
So to give you a true no self.
There is one thing that I need to take place. I need to order new headphones because these things, I literally feel like I'm trying to land the plane.
Now the white zone is for loading and unloading only.
Start that white zone with shit again with me, Betty. Woke needs to die.
Yes, please, for the love of God.
Leftist policies need to die.
Yes.
The whole LGBTQ plus, you won, okay? You're here, you're queer, and we know, okay? Leave our kids alone. Leave our fucking kids alone, okay? And now Karens need to be systematically hunted down and eradicated from the planet.
You mean the Karens for Kamala?
Karens need to go. And I'm not calling for violence. Shut up. Here you go. Watch this.
Hey, how's it going?
So why I can't get no salt fry?
So to give you a true no salt fry, we would have to break down the whole fry thing. Like to
No,
give
ma'am. You don't put salt on the fries.
The salt's already in the bin,
That's what I want.
And it would be
I
in
have high
there.
blood pressure. I don't want salt on my fries.
Then don't
I've never
freaking
been
eat
to a
Liv.
chicken.
You know the rule.
I know.
Let them talk, please, so people can hear the movie. You're like that lady right there eating your chicken and on your phone. I got you on candid camera. Turn around. Oh, no, Shakespeare in love. God, woman.
You stop it a lot.
Yeah, but
Interrupt.
I know the video, and I know when they're not talking, and I know when the apartment's not. And I'm the fucking host.
I'm a host too.
Kinda. I mean, it's kind of an equal opportunity thing. I think it's a little DEI.
Already in the bin.
Really?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You are Mexican.
What?
So you check a couple boxes. I'm going to say you got a Fakina. You're Mexican. All we got to do is cut off your leg and shit. You'll be disabled too. You'll fill all three. We'll get a check from the government. Don't Unfriend Me show. $3,700 a week. All right, here we go. Sorry. You ready? Are you sure you get it out of your system? Okay.
Yes.
And it what I want.
And it would
I
be
have
in
high
there.
blood pressure. I don't want salt on my fries. I've never been to a Chick-fil-A.
They
Oh my God, it is Shakespeare in love.
Chick-fil-A.
I've never been to a Chick-fil-A.
Oh my gosh. It wasn't exaggerated in the movie.
I swear to
It
God.
wasn't exaggerated in the
I
movie.
was just kidding.
Shakespeare in love.
Shakespeare in love. I've never been to no Chick-fil-A.
Oh my gosh. That's the new name.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
have different.
Never been to.
They have different ones. Like ours just doesn't.
So
do
you're
it.
refusing my services because
No,
I'm
we'll
asking
get you a fry. It's just not. We don't do no salt.
No, you're not servicing anyone here. That's the street corner love. We're servicing you, and we're telling you that we cannot not salt our fries.
Fries at this location.
I don't want salt on the fries. Y'all put entirely too much salt on the fries.
Well, I know that they are putting what is on Pathways, which is our process that we do.
I want fries with no salt.
We don't do that at this location. I'm sorry, but we do have a Kale Crunch, a Fruit Cup.
I will be calling corporate office with this video.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
What is your name?
My name's Margie.
Margie?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God.
Go ahead. It's now your time. Just
Then don't go to a fucking Chick-fil-A or a fucking fast food restaurant and get fries. Are you fucking serious?
You were more upset about Chick-fil-A than the tranny.
Oh my God. Oh my God. How dumb and stupid are people?
It's not my Stream Deck, dude. I've got a program here called Jingle Box that I just haven't been using, and I wanted to use it now. So, you know.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
That's right to you, buddy. And here's another one for Olivia.
Hey, Christina Lopez. Remember me? You want some shit? Huh? You want...
So, why are you so angry? Is this because you go to Chick-fil-A all the time? I mean,
No, I'm not angry. It's just so stupid. Just dumb. If you've got high sodium and you're eating at a fast food restaurant, maybe that's the fucking problem. Maybe it's not the extra salt on the fries. Maybe it's just you're eating fast food all the time. Maybe you should go buy a salad.
Salad?
Or go to like a farmer's market or go to like a Trader Joe's or someplace that sells organic food and go make yourself a salad. Go cook yourself up some saltless chicken and leave Chick-fil-A alone.
Jeez.
Jeez. My God, stupid. That
I wonder if she wanted grape soda. Sorry.
Chick-fil-A doesn't serve watermelon, so bummer.
Now that was racist. Now that was like, mine was overtly racist. Like you couldn't really tell because people are like grape soda, I don't understand. Oh, but with you, you're like watermelon. They're like, oh yeah, that's just downright KKK.
Oh yeah, because I'm totally KKK all the way.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, we burnt your chicken, but we do have this cross.
Oh my God.
See, that's not funny. It's
horrible.
That's as bad as your watermelon joke. But see, if she was white or Jewish or gay or straight or, Presbyterian or Orthodox, I'd make fun of her the same way.
Exactly.
Because this is just what we do. It's like politically correct dies here. Somebody said
Chick-fil-A. Oh my God, I'm never going to forget that
Chick-fil-A. Someone said Tina's brother's here. Hi, Tina's brother. Wonderful to see you. Tina was asking about certifications and
Sammy Summers is the firearm trainer.
What did he say?
I don't know. I just got messaged to say that's who it was. I think it was because you guys had
you
and Tina were talking about it.
Yeah, well, she asked me what my certification was. I said, I don't know. I don't have a certification. I was in the United States Navy and had CQB and CQC training and worked with the local criminal justice shooting team. And we had sheriff's deputies who were attending college and working on the department. And the former sheriff, who is now the criminal justice instructor for the school, brought us over to do work with ERT teams and local sheriff's deputies on competitive shooting and CQC and CQB tactics. And then Tina asked me my certification. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a certification. United States Navy. So yeah, and that was what we said 27 years ago. So, and it was a town of like what was it town? 1,500 when students were in, and like 270 when students weren't.
In Torrington?
Oh yeah, it was small.
I think total of 5,000 with surrounding areas.
That's surrounding areas. I mean, that's all the way from the border of Nebraska to Cheyenne.
Yeah, it was like the town I grew up in, one elementary school,
yeah,
one middle
but like
school,
Torrington, like Torrington proper.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably 1,500 was students in, and probably 1,000.
Well, our town proper, it's like 600. But if you count the
oh my
surrounding
God,
areas,
whatever, it was small. Like I slept with a girl on Friday night at 11:59, and she was pregnant by 12:01, and everyone in town knew. It's kind of close to reality. Anyway, moving on to the next. We're almost done, but it's good to be on late. I mean, it's fun. Oh boy, dude, Joy Reid.
Oh yay!
Oh no, she crushed it. She thanks a lot, Mike. My jingle box just crashed. See, you had to open your mouth. Son of a bitch. It's Tina's hubby, not brother. Oh, sorry. Someone said brother. I didn't say it. They said brother. Says Doc Savage. I have FITP and CLEA. So is that a federal, national, federal, local, done by the state? Your certification. I see, Doc. I'd just like to get you on the show one time when we can chat. And I got a lot of cops in my life, and I've got former captain of the department and sheriff. Lives right next to me. He's one of my good friends, and he's like, I can't say he's old because he gets really upset. So he's a spring chicken, and I could ask him because I know he's firearm certified. He trained the departments, and he does concealed carry certification, and I think that's state, right? I don't know. Let me know. But interesting, great, good to talk to you. Would love to have you on the show sometime. Tina's amazing, by the way. We love her to death. Here's Joy Reid. And
Trump.
I want to see if you guys can pick out what's wrong with this video. If you could do me that solid, because it's
Joy Reid's in it. That really needs to be the only thing.
No. You got to listen to what she said.
Okay.
And interrupting and talking over the video is going to make it hard to hear. So, just a little warning. Cool. Here it is. Joy Reid in a video that is going to shock you. Federal and state certs. Yeah. Okay. So are you allowed?
Donald Trump.
Are you allowed? So obviously with state certifications, you can train state patrol, city police, sheriffs, constables, etc. And then federal gives you 3-letter agency. Can you do military too? I would assume with a federal you would, because we had a lot of guys who were federal, CID, few FBI and task force guys, DEA, that would come in and do firearm instruction and, tactics and things to that effect that were federal. So I'm assuming you can do military too. Doc, I'd love to get you on, I'd love to pick your brain. talk to you. And it's not now, Doc. Is that because you're like Doc Holliday? And are you more deadly with a knife than you are a firearm? It doesn't sound like it. Only military with arrest powers. Oh, that's cool. All right. So like CID, you could totally do. And then, of course, U.S. Marshals and stuff like that. Now, that's great. It's interesting. So you could do military police, shore patrol, stuff at the Presidio or whatever it would be, criminal affairs or criminal investigatory division. You could do. Oh, I'm so tired. Yeah, I get it. So that's cool. That's really neat. So only with arrest powers. What does it take in military? Obviously, military instructors take care of military, so that would make sense. Arrest powers, because that's law enforcement. Because military can arrest military, and state and civilian can do coordinated arrest, but they can't go into a base and arrest somebody without the base commander facilitating that. I'm talking through this with you. CERT name given, SERT name given. What does that mean? What do you mean? Here, now I got to look that up. Sorry, Doc and I are going to have a private conversation. You guys aren't included. Sorry, that's just the way this works. Would love to get you on the show, man, and ask you a bunch of questions.
By the way, happy birthday to John Ross. He is 35 today.
John Ross?
Yes, there is a guy named John Ross.
And from whom? But who's doing the?
He's on.
Oh, John.
And he's 35 today. You're still a young pup.
Yeah, 35 years old is pretty young. All right, John Ross, happy birthday, buddy.
Special Emergency Response Team.
Got it. CERT.
Acronyms.
No, yeah. So you can do emergency response teams. So can you do NEST and stuff like that? FEMA and NEST? Not that a lot of FEMA would need to have firearms instruction unless they're like protective services, but I don't even think FEMA has their own protective services branch. Maybe they do. I mean, you would know better than I. Special Emergency Response Team. Got it. Interesting. Huh. Like I said, love to have you on the show. Let's listen to Joy read. This is just I can't even make an excuse for this. Like, she is no longer, she's saying the quiet part out loud, and just lived. You're gonna pick up on this like a steamroller right over your face. Listen to this. And she, how like, she's starting to look like she's white Chinese person. I don't know what's going on. She looks more like Anderson Cooper than she looks like she used to. No, same as the SWAT team. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know it's CRT team, but see, I'm military. You're federal, and well, are you a federal cop? Like, Doc, I don't know who you work for. I don't even know who Tina works for. You guys are so secretive. So I'm not sure who you work for. Would love to, if you can tell me, but I'm assuming that it's state or federal or both. Would love to hear. But yeah, like, and you may have served in the military, and if you have, our acronyms are not too far apart, but there's obviously some gaps, especially at 10:30 at night after a long week. Here's Joy.
Donald Trump.
Maybe. Well, that's a good look for her.
Donald
she kind of looks like the shooter.
He's not even president yet, and he's already spending his time sitting in his golden palace, Mar-a-Lago, muscling other countries like he's Tony Soprano with a social media site. Doing things like, reportedly, debating whether or not to invade Mexico. Threatening BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, with 100% tariffs if they don't commit to trading in dollars and not their own currencies. Demanding Hamas release all hostages being held in Gaza before his inauguration, or there will be, quote, all hell to pay in the Middle East. Donald Trump. He's not even...
Did you hear it? Military, also MP. Okay, cool. So Army. Great. Portland. Oh, so Portland Police Bureau? PPB? I would assume. Portland Police Bureau. now that I know the city. I was like, PPB, is it Pittsburgh? Is it? So, and military police. Outstanding. Thank you for your service, brother. Liv, did you hear it?
Apparently not.
Okay, listen to it again.
President yet, and he's
Everyone listen. Come on.
already spending
Just
his time
Right.
sitting in his golden palace, Mar-a-Lago, muscling other countries like he's Tony Soprano with a social media site. Doing things like reportedly debating whether or not to invade Mexico, threatening BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China,
This
and
one
South
right here,
Africa
next.
with 100% tariffs if they don't commit to trading in dollars and not their own
This one.
currencies. Demanding Hamas release all hostages being held in Gaza before his inauguration, or there will be, quote, all hell to pay.
Oh, Donald Trump is being mean to those terrorists who likes to kill Jews. Pardon the interruption. We have a child. We've been neglecting him all day. So we're going to finish. Folks, 96 people like the show. Are you kidding me with almost 200 people on? Can we get some likes on here, please? You going to bed?
No.
Are you okay? Yeah. What's wrong?
He asked me if I could help finish the kitchen. Which I can.
Dude, you don't need to. Come here. $50, dude. You've earned it.
Go on Amazon.
$50 you get. Go.
I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew.
$50. Hey, if you want to, we can go down to the toy store or go down to the models store or go wherever you want to go. Comics. We'll figure it out. Whatever. You got $50. Dude, you were amazing this week. This last month. You've earned it. Your school grades are decent. Get your math up. And your chores, you've been killer. Thank you. We love you. Leave. So yeah, Joy Reid defending Hamas. Donald Trump's being too mean to Hamas. He's being too hard to the terrorist group, Hamas, who...
Didn't freaking Reagan do the same thing to Iran? And that's why the hostages were released the day before his inauguration?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, very similar to that. That's the situation we're in, is that you've got a shill...
Sympathetic towards terrorists.
Yeah, I didn't see if Doc said it was Portland Police Bureau, but either way, man, thanks for your amazing service. I just thought you would want to know.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting. The last video of the night.
One more thing before we move on.
Yeah.
I'd like to wish Glenn and his wife a happy 44th wedding anniversary.
44 years?
Which means they were married the same year I was born.
You were born in 1980?
I sure was.
Oh my God. I robbed the cradle.
Dude, I'm still old.
Yeah, you are. So here you go. Capitol building. All these people are in jail. Here it is.
Our bodies are no debate. Our bodies are no debate. Speaker Johnson, Nancy May. Speaker Johnson, Nancy May. Our bodies are no debate. Our bodies are no debate. Speaker Johnson, Nancy May. Speaker Johnson, Nancy May. Our bodies are no debate. Our bodies are no debate. Speaker Johnson, Nancy May. Speaker Johnson, Nancy May. Our bodies are no debate. Nancy May.
See, this is one of those times where you know this. I don't do the deuce in public unless it's a critical emergency. Like it's like Bombay doors. There has been a breach, and we may have inadvertent explosive ordnance on the tarmac if we don't. Otherwise, I just choose not to. I think it's unsanitary. I think where thousands of people put their ass, and I'm trusting somebody else doesn't have some sort of disease, and that the person who makes $7.25 an hour and is underappreciated, like the lovely Amy Stancombe, who probably makes more than $7.25, and she should get paid $50 an hour, who has to clean up after disgusting people. I don't really trust it, but I would make an exception. If they were doing that protest in that bathroom, I would go in there and take one of the largest shits humanly possible while they were protesting, and I would not give them a courtesy flush. I know it's gross.
what is wrong with people? Who sits at home and goes, I just think that there's one transgender person in Washington who has already agreed to follow the rules, and now I am going to go protest and sit in a shitter and have a sit-in in a shitter. Let me say that again. A sit-in. Are women's bathroom floors as disgusting as men's? I mean, how bad is it?
I mean, they're probably not as bad, but yeah, I mean, they're not really that sanitary. I mean, it was when I had the kids, like when Ethan and even Hayden, when they were too old to be in their car seats in the cart, they could sit up on their own. And I had to use the bathroom. Can't take the cart in there. I don't have a car seat anymore, and there's no place to put them, and I've got to go to the bathroom in public. They sat on my frickin' lap. I held them. I would not put them on the ground.
No wonder our kids are all fucked up. That makes sense.
Yeah, well.
Too much methane.
Yeah, that's funny. There were some bathrooms, though, that actually have child seats on the doors where you can put your kid in. It's really nice.
So, okay. So, like, when I think of women's bathrooms, because I've never been in a women's bathroom in my life, all those times working, all those times running bars, Applebee's. Oh, that's the only time I've been in a women's bathroom is getting back. But I would always pay people to do bathroom duty. I hated it. I didn't want to clean a bathroom. It's disgusting. Are women's bathrooms like when I imagine a men's bathroom, it's like the deep dark forest, like it's dark and dank and stanky and moldy and gross. But like in a woman, you walk in, it's like butterflies fly around, and then there's harp music, and it's like everything's illustrious, glowing and white and pristine. Is that true?
No.
Or is it just?
It's not disgusting, but it really depends on where, the location of said bathroom. Like Walmart, I'll never go into a bathroom in Walmart. I've never go.
Gas stations are bad.
Oh, gas stations are disgusting. Doesn't matter if it's unisex or single. It's just, they're just gross.
I think public restrooms in general are just gross. And I'm not a germaphobe. Like, I don't care. But bathrooms, like I'll go into it's like, you know what's worse? It's like when you go to a bathroom and they use those urinal cakes and they don't clean the toilet, but they just keep using the same urinal cake over and over. And like when you breathe in, it literally feels like some toxicating fumes are entering your lung. I go in and I'm like, and I try to hold my breath. It's and then by holding your breath, you're done and you're like, and you breathe deeper. It's so gross. I can't stand public restrooms. I hate them. I hate them. I think they're where Satan. I think it's where COVID came across and was created. I don't know. I just I don't know. I just don't know why we shift gears. I just thought I'd tell you that I think public restrooms they're disgusting. You've got your weird stuff. You got your like. What's your phobia? Like what are you like? Oh God, I can't do.
My phobia from like in public places?
No, just a phobia. Like something you just like, oh, I can't stand it. It's ridiculous. Like I have a bathroom phobia. Like, you know, you saw the movie Waiting where the guy can't piss in public and he's like, you know, I just want to pee. And they're like, just piss. You know, everyone's cheering him. Come on. Like I had a problem for most of my life. Military fixed it. Military, there's no discretion in the military. It's like you're nut to butt in the shower. I mean, it's just like, hey, you're sitting here looking forward, and then all of a sudden some guy's up against you, and you're like, oh, hi, Rob.
Oh, movie theater bathrooms are gross.
Okay, that's true.
Oh, they're disgusting.
So like pissing in front of somebody, that doesn't bother me anymore. But I still have an aversion of doing the deuce. So what is your phobia? What's the thing that freaks you out? Bathrooms are definitely one of mine. I can't stand them. What about you?
Bathrooms don't bother me considering I'm a
We
mom
know
and in childcare.
what does.
Spiders?
Oh, come on. That's easy.
Yeah, really. I mean, I don't.
That's just like, there's like, I'm afraid of snakes.
Well, I don't really have a phobia when it comes to like public places.
I didn't say public places. I
like
said
that.
something that makes you go, that's gross. Like,
oh, that makes me go gross?
Yeah, like something you just don't want to participate in or you think is disgusting. Wow, Loretta, that's very specific. Schmack.
Well, I mean, freaking the bathroom at the movie theater I had to go to the other day last week.
All right,
was
you're
pretty
not
gross,
you're not getting this.
But I don't know. I'm like,
You can't use mine. You got to say something that makes you go, oh, this is.
I don't really have any.
Like for me, it's boxers. Like I think boxers are just weird, and I wore them for most of my life. But they offer no support. They offer no protection. They're not good for anything. I think boxers are weird, and they bunch up. Now, I don't wear boxers or briefs. I wear, what are they called?
Boxer briefs.
Boxer brief, athletic shorts, stretchy shorts. I like those. Those are fine because they hug in all the right places. But I think boxers are just uncomfortable and weird. I think they look weird on people too. So there's me. So there's two things. I don't like boxers, and I don't like public bathrooms. Do you have one thing that you just don't like? You can't stand? You're such an you're so easy to please.
Well, I don't like it when my kids sass back to me and don't listen to me.
All right. You do not get this exercise at all.
Apparently I don't. Well, there's not really anything.
You're like, I don't like when it snows.
I don't.
Like something that's like not common. Like, okay. My likes. I just gave you, like bathrooms. I have a bathroom phobia. And
I don't like when people smoke in public and I have to walk by it.
Nobody likes that. But that's like common. Nobody likes that. There's nobody on the planet. But if you're like I can't stand the bottom end of a carrot. And people are like, what? What do you mean you can't stand the bottom?
I don't like the stringy things on bananas.
There it is.
Well,
wait a second. Does anybody like those?
If it's bruised, it's got to come off. But
see, they get it. They get it.
But everything is all about bathrooms.
No, Karen says airplane seats are gross.
Yeah, but that's a bathroom.
Airplane seat is a bathroom?
Oh, I don't know.
People said people wearing PJs to retail stores. There you go. Having to clean up after a dog. Yeah, seeing oversized women ×3 in spandex extra small. Your parents are giving you medicine. Your parents need to get a kick in the pants. I would rather use the horses. Okay, so oysters. Puke. Buffets. See,
I used to be having aversion to throw up. Like, I mean, I hated it until I had a child that threw up a lot when they were younger and threw up all over me. And suddenly it wasn't as bad. And you kind of have to, when you're a mom, you kind of get rid of all your phobias. I even kind of got rid of my arachnophobia when you were gone a lot. I had to kill the spiders.
You want to burn it down. Mike Lynch says the schmacking literally pisses me off.
The schmacking?
What about when a lady came up to Matt in the restaurant? Is that considered a pet peeve when they're overboard mental? Remember the psycho, psycho bitch? Sarah says, I don't like to camp. Well, what about glamping? Glamping is okay. I mean, there's like camping and like bivouac tent. Freezing
I
cold.
don't like, okay, maybe I do have a weird aversion. A public grass. I don't like walking on public grass.
See? That is a perfect, you don't like walking on grass in general.
Yeah, I don't like walking.
It's not public. It's not like I don't want to step on somebody's grass. You don't care about that. You just don't like to walk on grass.
Well, it's the thought that there might be dog poop there. And stepping in dog, the last time I stepped in dog poop, I threw the shoes away.
Nobody likes to step in dog shit, but not walking in grass. But what about wolf spiders? What about the itchiness of grass?
It's just my version is I think there's dog poop and I'm going to step on dog poop and I'm not going to see it. That's my version of grass. It has nothing to do with the itchiness. That doesn't bother me. But it took me a long time to walk in our backyard after River because I was afraid. It took a long time for me to.
What's a food you absolutely can't stand?
Onions.
That's a vegetable.
That's a food.
Don't get. Obviously, it's not because you won't eat it.
It's a food. Well, I'll eat it in fajitas.
It's a weed.
And soup, beef stew. But let me see a food that I absolutely hate.
Like prepared, like a food, a meal.
Anything spicy.
Oh my God, Liv! Seriously, can't you just answer a question?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, seriously, I've been married to you forever, and I will tell you, you were the worst guest to interview ever.
I know. That's why you never interview me.
Oh. Interrogate you.
That's a different story.
Whole nother situation. So seriously, name a prepared food.
Would handcuffs be involved in that interrogation?
Holy shit, Liv. I mean, leave some fucking innuendo. Like, just a
wolf spiders are cute. I don't think they're cute. I'm trying to think of something that I won't.
See, you just don't even know yourself. You don't even know. Like, what's music you hate?
I hate death metal and hardcore rap. Honestly, rap.
Easy. You like?
Well, it's old school rap. I'm okay with Eminem. I'm okay with, but none of his new stuff. But
so you like white people? You're such a racist. I need to go to bed. I'm tired. It's almost 11 o'clock.
It is.
We're gonna wrap it up. Do people have a problem going over $300? It's like it seems every night we're at 296.
What is it? 296?
Yeah, it seems like that's where we're at every night. It's okay. It's a good show. I had fun tonight. I had a good show. It was good. I hope you guys did too. It seems like we have a lot of people on still. Brussels sprouts are gross.
Oh yeah, I don't like Brussels sprouts.
No, they're not, Terry.
I tried because I know you like them. I tried making them one time. No, never again.
Brussels sprouts are done with the right type of oils and with the right type of a little bit of bacon. They're very good. I like them just plain. I love Brussels sprouts. Yes, the goal has been met. Thank you. People are leaving hair in the shower stall, not cleaning it up. Yes, Olivia. Don't even start.
My hair is thick and long.
You leave a clump of hair and it just sits in the corner with your frickin' plastic gloves and your nair and it smells like shit. I've got my own problems too. I mean,
yeah, when you dye your beard and there's spots all over my vanity now and our freaking rugs that are
the rugs, yeah, but there's not the vanity.
Go look at my sink. There's black spots all over.
Well, if you would clean the sink once in a while and do your job, woman. That's gonna hurt. I'm gonna pay for that. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt bad. That's like wake up in the morning and all of a sudden feel like cold in my testicles.
Tomorrow was gonna be freaking cleaning the bathroom day, but you're doing it now.
I've never.
Or I'm gonna make you decorate outside.
I'll do that. That doesn't bother me. I'll decorate outside.
You and Ethan can do that.
I'm not cleaning the bathroom.
I'd rather clean the bathroom.
You clean the bathroom. I don't dye my beard that often anymore. I do it once a month. And then if I don't keep shampooing it, but it's in that awkward stage because I've let it go and it's not all gray.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is super dark and then I get gray right here. I don't like that. It's like if it's all gray, I'll just let it go gray. But I don't know. Use waterproof mascara, Matt. What the fuck?
Waterproof mascara?
We're not putting each other on blast. Are we? Are we putting each other on blast? People requesting we accept post-dated checks. Oh. Yeah, but that's sometimes necessary. The worst still. People playing music loud in a car when you're trying to have a conversation on a road trip. Mike, you just have a lot of things you don't like. We're not putting each other on blast. This is a normal conversation between Liv and I.
Yes.
What? There's one thing I can't handle with you.
What?
Your fucking Levi's.
Snoring?
No, I've learned to deal with that. Like I can't live without you. I can't sleep without you. It's just a part of it. As long as I go to bed first, I usually sleep through it. There's some nights though, holy shit, I literally start having flashbacks and feeling like we're taking mortar fire. You leaving your undried Levi's on the door.
Oh yeah, you hate that. But I'm not drying them. And we don't have a freaking rack to hang them on. So they gotta hang somewhere.
You a rack.
Where are we gonna put said rack in our 3x3 laundry room?
It's not a 3x3. It's 5x5.
Yeah, but with the washer and dryer in there.
You have two gorgeous washers and dryers, and I bought you that accordion metal rack.
Yeah, but you can't hang jeans on that thing.
Why?
You can hang one pair on the end, and that's all you can do.
Why?
Why?
It's got 250-pound anchors.
Yeah, your daughter ruined that. Now it goes like this. And nothing can hang on the back end because she decided to hang a shit ton of heavy clothes on it and bent the frickin' thing.
Well, if only you would let Dad know so Dad could fix it.
But you still can't hang because you have to hang them on the end of something. You still can't hang multiple pairs of jeans on there.
Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show, folks. I can understand why you would want to unfriend us. Live the shower bar on the shower. Live, leave. Put the rack in the bathtub. How about you just dry the pants?
Because they shrink because they're jeans.
Once you wash them and dry them once, they don't shrink. Maybe if you wouldn't put them in 17 times because you're lazy and just keep recycling.
No, I put them in for about 20 minutes.
Okay. Sure.
No, I do that for everything else.
Yeah.
No, I do that for everything else.
Yeah,
but
right.
I
thought we were being honest.
We
Sorry.
are. I did say.
You don't run the dryer 40 times on one load?
Yes, I do, but not on jeans. Jeans will shrink. I have.
That's because you hang them up now because you used to run them 40 times and shrink all the jeans. Just be honest. Don't lie.
No, I've always been obsessive about the jeans. Nope, never the jeans. Everything else but the jeans.
Shit.
Everything else but the jeans.
Oh, they totally on blast with each other now, Karen. Hey, Mike, shut the fuck up. No, we're not. We're putting you on blast. This is foreplay. We've said this a million times. Folks, thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. We're off for the weekend. We will be back. When are we back?
Buy them a size too large. That doesn't work because then I can't.
No. When are we back? We're leaving. When are we back?
Monday.
When are we out next week? Oh my God, Yenny. If you're not clean by now, you're never going to be.
It's like that freaking long kiss goodnight. If whatever.
Right. It's like, no, I'll do it. Henrietta, your dog has had its face in its asshole the entire time I've been eating my meal. And I must confess that whatever is lodged there has either been removed or will be there forever. It's such a good movie. If you haven't seen Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel L. Jackson, watch it.
Thursday night, we will not be on. Neither of us. Hayden has got a choir concert with a solo. So we'll both be there. And her play is next Sunday.
I'm not going to be there Thursday. You are.
Oh,
she told me she doesn't want me there. She says Dad's going to suck. But she has a solo, right?
Yes.
But she said you're going to record it.
It's not the same thing. It's totally up to you and her. That's up to you.
She said I'm going to be there for 2.5 hours. She goes, Dad, you're going to hate it. And whenever she says that, she's right.
There are five different choirs in her school.
Right.
And they all sing like 2 or 3 songs.
And you know what?
I don't think they're doing the 8th grade this year.
Can I be honest with you?
What?
There's only one that I care about. And there's only one person in that said choir that I care about. And it's her. I don't care about other children. And I don't care about them singing. And their parents can care about them. I care about my kid.
I don't care about the other kids singing.
Like if I could just go, if I could go to a play and walk in and hear her lines, and I would. That's not true. I really enjoy the plays. Beauty and the Beast was awesome. But it's these little singing things. It's like, I just want to hear her part and go. It's kind of like Ethan, baseball practice. I don't know, who cares about the practice? I want to see the game. I want to see her in a full-fledged play. So tell Hayden to break a leg. No, because she will. And we don't do that.
That's not for choir concerts. That's only for acting. And I already told her that last week for her audition, which we find out tomorrow if she made it.
Okay, can we leave now?
Yes.
Folks, thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. We appreciate all your donations, all your help. Do us a favor. Please stop by thedumbshow.com/donate. Pick yourself up a nice hat, some shirts, some coffee, whatever. I want to thank Olivia for being here tonight. Rough start, but we got it going, and that's a good thing. We will be back Monday for a show with myself, Amy, and Olivia. And Mike is, I don't know what the hell Mike's doing. I guess he's getting a green screen or something, and he'll be back soon. We can't wait to get him back on the show. And we appreciate you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll have this show edited tomorrow, and it will be up on the podcast. Say goodnight, Liv.
Good night, y'all.
Thanks for donating. Thanks, everybody, for everything. Kristen Clark, I remembered you. Olivia screwed up your name.
Sorry, it was all me.
I knew who you were.
It's all me.
I knew who you were. Thanks, folks. Have a good night.
Night.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis,
Merry
and
Christmas,
election
Jeff.
coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.